Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome back to VP4 TV. It's Friday night 9-ball tonight, but that's not why we're here. We're here for another round one match in this year's VP4 2022 Cowboy World Championship. And it's between LS3 from England, UK, and Interchangex, who I think has just arrived in the lobby. At least I think I saw him a minute ago. I don't see him now. He was in the lobby, but oh, there he is. He's in a room. He's from the States, and just give me 2 seconds. Good evening to Steve.
Good evening.
Well, the first question to ask, welcome to Brain Fill Out. I got your message, Brain Fill Out. Good evening to Bill, welcome to Dwight. I got your message last night. Actually, I was away from VP4 at the time. I can't remember, I think I was watching the football or something, but at that time of night, Semi-Pro and Mr. Fox decided off the bat just to go for it. It wasn't in the schedule or the schedule, and the two of them are playing. It went on till probably after 10 o'clock last night. By that time I had gone to bed anyway, and I had no intention of streaming it because it was just set on the spur of the moment. Needless to say, when I got up this morning, got to work, I checked VP4. I saw that Mr. Fox had won out in the end. I think did it go to a final rack decider? I'm not sure.
But yeah, you can't tell from the brackets, that's for sure.
Yeah, but the be-all and end-all of it is that Semi-Pro then decided to pull out the tournament. He's already forfeited his one-loss side match, I noticed, so I don't know what the story is behind that, whether he just threw the toys out the pram. I don't know. I'm not sure of the relationship between him and Mr. Fox. I don't know how that goes, but anyway, he's no longer in the tournament, so it's a good win for Mr. Fox. Back to the matter in hand. I haven't looked at the schedule to see if there's any more matches set, but anyway, this is the one to go by tonight, and I haven't a clue how this is going to go. Not the foggiest. I don't know about you, Steve, because we've not seen either of these playing Cowboy.
Well, you know, I mean, they're both good players. I haven't seen either of them play Cowboy. If I had to pick based on the limited things that I know, I would say Interchangex is the favorite, mainly because the things I've seen from him indicate that his knowledge of how the balls move is better than LS3's. But, you know, I'm pretty much ignorant because I haven't seen either one of them play this game.
Yeah, well, we'll find out. The other good news is that once again, Friday night 9-ball is full up. And we'll have a quick look at that bracket before these two go. It's about 30 seconds for the room to go up. Let's have a look at the matches. We've got Bill against Brain Fill Out, Spudboy against Jezdev, excuse me. Larry against Columbus, Mr. Fox against Bankster, Chimpy against Tommy. That should be a good match. Sergaresh against Shane G Money, DJ Redo against Spectre Dawn, and Ella20 against Travelling TT. So those matches are about to start, and the LS3 Interchangex room is up. We'll get ourselves in. Welcome to Crazy Cow, alias VP Monster. So LS3 was playing Cowboy last night, was she? And she was playing quite well. Well, that's a good sign. So both players in the room, LS3 on the right of your screen. Race to 3, lag for the break, and if I need to explain anything else, you can ask. I think we've all got the idea how this goes now. This looks fairly even, very even, so even that you'd have to get the measuring tape out for that one. I think they'd have to re-lag if I was the ref. The VP4 doesn't yet. LS3's calling for. She's calling for the video assistant referee. So Interchangex won the lag.
Watch out.
Yeah.
That's not rolling on the right line.
No, I always make sure I'm much shallower on the right hand side. Well, I try to, if I don't hit the right middle pocket jaw, like I sometimes do.
But he's in and he's off and running, and whoa, that was unexpected. So maybe he doesn't play a lot of Cowboy. That was a
Well,
pretty easy play there.
I think he's going to find his feet as he goes on.
I'm a little surprised he didn't play off the one ball there.
Yeah.
Seemed like that was easier. It was closer.
And I think this is. Oops, hang on. My buttons have gone all over the place here. I think that that force follow isn't on there. Well, this needs to go really tight into the corner pocket if it's going to go across for the 5.
Well, this is pretty. Well, no, he could. Whoa. What was that?
Well, LS3 is trying to change the laws of physics again there, because to me, if you get into the cue ball and get around the angles at a sharp, tight turn into that corner, you could have been over towards the 5 ball. So
yeah, he played the two-way shot, which was smart, because that was pretty easy there to get them both.
Yep, so now open table, easy combo, or easy carom, I should say.
Well, if you're brave enough to shoot the 5, you might be able to get 2 of them. And he went for the carom shot, so now I guess he's going to be on the ball pocket.
I'd be potting the 3, because I'm guaranteed a combo, and then I'm getting the 3 back on its spot. Now you see, he's potting the 1 ball. He's going to have to get a carom from the 5 to the 1.
I think he's a little thinner on this than he wanted to be, but it's still a pretty easy hit on the 1 ball. And that was well done. See, he's playing the way I would play. As a pool player, I'm thinking I can make the ball and also get a hit on another ball.
Whereas I was thinking, get that 3 ball back in its spot, leave yourself the easy carom, and get them all in a set-up position. The set-up position was already there. All you had to do was pot the 3.
But I like the greediness.
Now, what you do is you gently pot the 5, stay up the top right as we look, and leave yourself the 5 to the 1. Or you can back up past the side pocket. See, this is a sort of no man's land unless you're going to stun. And see, the risk is trying to get to that 3. This is not great shape. So you're having to run the cue ball.
Yeah, I agree. This is not a wonderful spot, but played a nice shot.
Yeah, that'll do as a recovery. And before you know it, Interchangex is on a run of 22 here.
Yeah. Well, I felt like, his pool knowledge is pretty good. From what I've seen, he was one of the people that impressed me. Now, granted, maybe he didn't do as well in the tournament as I thought he would, but his knowledge and his play impressed me in pool, and I just figured he's going to be able to play this game, even if he doesn't a lot.
See, the thing is, sometimes in Cowboy, I mean, the table can look ugly, but within a shot, everything can be set pretty good again. I mean, this is fine for a 3-1 carom next. But again, you don't want to go in. You want to nudge the 1 out, but you don't want to do this too hard in case you skim along the back of it.
He's making the 3 ball here. He's gonna, see, he's doing what I keep saying people should do.
Oh yeah,
playing for both of them every time almost.
Well, the natural line there is you were going to hit the 1, so I mean, you obviously take the 3 points.
Well, and he needed to hit that harder, so he widened the cue ball out so that it hit on the front side of the 1. Hitting on the back side of the 1 was no good. It left him this. And this may be where he gives it up the table here.
Yeah, this is a tough part of Cowboy. Is well, again, a good recovery.
I guess not. Yep. And I think that's important in any game, is being able to recover.
And this is no good for that. But
this is no gimme here.
let's have a look.
I mean,
No,
if he's
that's
going to play it off the 3, it's got to be really thin.
That's fine.
You can't hit this too thin. And that's a beauty. So I'm sure he's going to play this 1 ball and try to run up into the 3 or the 5.
Well, this is where you've just got to be careful, because this is...
he didn't. Okay, so he played your kind of thing there, Hugh, where he decided I'm gonna set myself up for the carom, and that was probably smart.
Yeah. So now, again, there's 2 choices here. You can play the 3, but as long as you go around and either come back up above it like that, but that's the wrong side though. That's the wrong side. Now I'd be worried about doing something crazy here.
He's gonna bank the 5 and draw the cue ball into the 3.
Yeah, that works.
I mean, that was the thing about this game is that you roll up. When you roll up on certain thing, like he rolled up on that shot perfect. So instead of trying to force something else, take the easy shot that you rolled up on. I mean, the carom was almost guaranteed, and the shot was pretty easy too.
Well, I think already in this visit, I think it's safe to say that Interchangex has played a bit of Cowboy in his time in VP.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's an impressive player, and I think he's got a pretty good chance of being a world champion. If not right now, maybe later. And as soon as I say that, he dogs it.
Well, it's a good run.
Curse.
Good run of 54.
Yeah, LS3 is going to have to show something here, because now she knows. This guy can play.
Now again, this is maybe twice across the table, or hold that line round about there. See, now this is a sucker scratch if LS3 plays this wrong, because this is a scratch that scratches every time. If you stun this too hard, this is just a brush the 5 and hit the 1.
Yeah, it's that 30-degree kind of angle thing where the ball's going to want to roll at the pocket.
Oh, it always does. I mean, if you hit that firmer than that, and you're guaranteed it's going to either be in the jaws or in the hole. It's too big a risk to take playing it firm just for the sake of a couple of points. Is that going to get to the hole? Yeah. Well, the one thing about seeing your opponent, putting a 50-odd run pretty much first visit, is it focuses the mind on your visit. As soon as you get to the table, you've got to make a contribution.
Now the question is, go straight to this or off the rail?
What have you done with your mic, Steve? You turned it around the back of your head.
Sorry. Yeah.
I mean, I
thought that was the right play. What she did going off the rail, she just didn't hit it good.
Yeah. Well, this is a great opportunity for Interchangex to take this right deep towards the 90.
Slim says he's a good player, plays all games good. Well, I can believe that, because he's got the good basic pool skills. He understands how to move the cue ball. That's what I look at. Is I mainly look at how people move the cue ball, and he does that the right way. There's very few times where I see him do something where I'm like, wow, that's the wrong shot to play.
Now, depending on the line on the 5 ball, the follow through, he's looking at the possibility of getting to the 1 as well. So he might be going really soft just to. Well, he's gone the other side of the 5, so
that's fine.
He's got to hit this.
He could bank the 5. You can bank the 5. You see, he didn't bank the 5. I think he should have banked the 5, one rail, banked the 5 at the pocket, because I thought it was a good angle to just stun over and hit the 1 ball.
Well, I'm the one to be criticising him there, but I mean, he had a bang at that to try and get to the 1, and I mean, although he only had 13 points, the risk was the risk was very much on there of scratching. But I would have probably played something similar, having gone out a line like that.
Well, you can't play them all perfect, that's for sure. So Slim says the only thing stopping his mental confidence side, skills are there. And I would agree with that. I mean, you know, he had that really tough loss against Hairpig in the last tournament where, you know, he lost a little confidence during the match, and it was, you know, it was a tough thing to watch. But, you know, that's the kind of thing where, you know, you're going to learn from it. That's ideas. When you have that happen to you, that's an opportunity to learn and get better. And you got to embrace that. You know, there's all this bullshit where you hear people, especially sports writers, go, "Oh, well, that's going to leave a scar on him for life." Like, you know, now he's damaged. Because that's the biggest bunch of crap. Because when you fail, you know, that's your opportunity to learn from it. And next time you're going to come back and play better.
Yep.
And I think he will. You know, I think he's going to learn from that last time. Was he going to win this world championship? I have no idea. But I think when he gets in that position, he's going to handle it better.
Welcome to Rob. So, Interchangex has got to be on 90 here in a minute.
Yeah, and he's probably going to get there. I mean, he's a little thin. He's a little thin on this here. I'm sure that's not where he wanted to be.
Now he needs to watch. It is a carom next. He needs to watch the line of that 5 ball for the force follow through to the 1, unless he's played a draw here.
He's going to do the follow shot, and this is a reasonable line for it. So that's, you know.
Well, that's just fine, because a little cut in the 1, gentle cut in the 1, because you don't want to make the other point by running into the 1 of the into the 3 or the 5. That'll take you to, well, what are we on here? We're on 88. 87. So this will take him to 88. Yeah. So now he's dropped down for an easy carom. If it doesn't go too far, it might have gone too far.
It did.
Yeah.
And it's the wrong angle to run through, so he's going to have to do something here.
Well,
I like shooting a 1 ball because you got the 3 and the 5 to run it.
Yeah, I'd be going 2 rails to get them.
Now he's looking like he's playing off the 5. I didn't like that shot, but he sure hit it good. That's the thing is, when you, as a player, when you look at a shot, you can see the shot, you can see it coming off. That alone may override, you know, that, hey, it's maybe this isn't the best shot. If you can see the shot, then that's a big deal.
Well, that was a good little bank recovery and sitting
all right,
pretty.
So now he's into the caroms. He certainly doesn't want to lose. What's he doing here? He should be playing a 3 ball, cutting it down, hitting a long rail, and bumping the 5. Yep. Did he play it at the right speed?
Yeah, that'll work. See, this is where you're thinking about what you're doing. You know, once you get to the carom phase, you've got to be thinking about where, not only when you make the carom, but where you're sending the other object ball. See, this is...
you don't want to send it into a pocket. I mean, that's the first thing, is don't send it into a pocket. And the second thing is, you know, you want to leave yourself a good shot. Well, now, this is a pretty easy hit here. There's a little 3-rail hit.
I'd be going the other way. I'd be going from the 1.
No, I like going that way. And he missed it. Wow.
I think the 3 was a bigger target going from the 1. But
it might have been.
But anyway, the main thing is the points are protected. He's on 92 and LS3's a mile behind.
But I'm gonna say that was the right shot, because I thought the same thing. He thinks like me, so that's, you know, maybe that's why I like him so much. He plays the kind of shots that I would. Well, LS3's got to do a lot of catching up here.
Well, this is simple. Pot the 3. And, pot the... I mean, you can pot... There's 2 choices. I mean, it depends where her line's going to go here. She's going 5-1. She could have potted the 3. The cue ball would have naturally come back out into the table for the 3-5.
LS3's job is she needs to make big runs. Interchangex, his job is when he gets to the table, he needs to run, you know, 3 or 4 or more because he's got to get close to that goal. I mean, if he can get to 98 or 99 before she gets to 90, then it's...
Yeah, he's odds-on favourite. Yeah.
Yeah. But, you know, I mean, LS3, she's got to think if she gets kind of stuck, she's got to think about putting balls near the pockets.
Well, you don't want to double kiss the 5. You want to bring the 5 into play, but you don't want to pot it. Well, you do want to pot it because it counts. I'm forgetting.
Yeah, for her it counts. For Interchangex it doesn't.
Well,
so I mean, she got a good chance here to make the 5 and run into the 3.
Well, I wouldn't be running it. I wouldn't be running into the 3. I'd be making sure I hit the short rail and into the 3.
Now she's going to set herself up for the carom. So you know she's playing smart. Well, she's trying to play smart. I mean, you know, that's the thing is I respect anybody that tries to play, you know, smart. Whether or not they make the right plays or not, they're trying to make the right plays, and that's why, you know, even with Stubb here in this last World Championship, I thought, you know, he showed a lot of growth because you could see him trying to do the right thing. It wasn't always easy for him, but he's trying to do the right thing, and he's going to get better. It's a shame he didn't play in this tournament.
That's a reasonable line. Now, LS3 just doesn't want to get greedy at some point in this run.
That was the shot I would have shot. Why not make the 3 ball too? Well, you know, I think this is like poker. The hands you play real aggressively, and I think she needs to play really aggressive. And if she gets really out of line or really funny,
that's
then
fine.
I think she needs to put one of these balls right in the hole. Make it tough for Interchangex, because if you've only got 2 balls to play it, you know, you're in that carom phase, it's a lot harder. I think that's where the guys that play billiards have a huge advantage. When one ball's locked up in a pocket, guys that play billiards, you know, they're going to be able to go 3-4 rails and hit the other ball.
Mm-hmm. No.
But I think that's a really great strategy when you're behind, is to put a ball in the pocket.
This will work as well. A little more of a stun, this one. Oh, she's missed it. She actually drew into that. She had too much bottom the cue ball there. Needed to just hit a firm little stun. But it's a nice enough run of 39. It gets her within touching distance if you put something similar in her next visit.
Unfortunately for her, she's left all 3 balls out. Although this situation's a little funny, because playing the 5 is a little risky, because you could bank that in the pocket. Well, it looks like I like this play. Well, I didn't like doing it that way though. Yeah,
I would have been going to the 1 down the right side, just off the 1 rail.
You go to the 1, and if you kind of overcook it, you might hit the 5. I agree with you. I would have been going at that 1 ball.
Now LS3's at a mouse fart.
Oh boy!
We used to use that as an excuse.
She's been trying to hang the ball in the pocket.
But that worked.
Been playing that strategy.
She probably listened to the stream.
That's a good strategy, I think, because, you know, it's, if you're not a billiard player, trying to run very many points is going to be hard.
Well, this is that
was a good shot. Now look, you know, it's another really hard shot. I mean,
well, I'm still going 5-3. I still like the 5-3. I mean, it's 2 rails or 3 rails in behind the 3. I like that one better.
Well, the 3 ball is probably a bigger ball being on the rail. And there it is. He gets 1. So if you're LS3, I would think that, you know, you're going to want to try to milk 2 balls as long as you can before you resort to shooting a 1 ball.
Welcome to Cobra. Welcome to
look at that shot.
Mooncake.
Bank. You got the carom and the 3 ball. That's a beauty. And the table's still open. That's one thing about this, is it's going to be hard to keep the table open if you're only playing 2 balls. But
well, I'd be getting back in line for a 5-3 next. Just keep the 1 ball there. And what were these
Yep,
until you
that's
run
what she's
until you
doing.
run out of options?
Yeah, and you know, I mean, obviously it's hard to make really big runs with just 2 balls too, but it's a lot easier than when you're in the Carol phase.
Well, it's actually not bad having the 3 and 5 to work with because you're getting the most points each time.
Yep, that was smart putting the 1 ball over, and she's doing a good job of it. I mean, I think this. I think she's played the right strategy and she's playing well. So we'll see what happens here. And I like this shot here too.
Oh, it's just going to skim past. Oh, it might. Well,
Look at this though. Oh, didn't quite get a hung. I thought she might hang the 5 ball in the pocket.
Well, there's no prizes for guessing what I'd be doing here. I mean, you can go at the rail, but I mean, I'd still be going spectacular. That's the way I'd be going, like that line there into the 5. All day and every day, that's the shot I'd be playing with. Let me think, what angles? Yeah, left English. Get it into the rail, get it fizzing off the rail and around the angles.
You just got to be careful that you don't make the 1 ball, which I don't think he can where that is. I think the side pocket's in the way for the 3 ball to bank into the 1. I think he's going for that shot.
He's going for it. He's got the English on
it. Yeah, I like that shot. Just a little run in English to help it. The only thing you got to be careful with is that you don't get too long like this.
Oh, he hasn't.
Yep, so he got too long.
He didn't get enough of the spin into it to get the kick off the rail first.
But here's what happens is, and if you're not used to playing this shot, when you put the English inside English on it like that, it effectively is going to make the cue ball come off straighter. You know, so you've got to aim thicker if you're putting English on it like that.
And Mooncake's right. I got it wrong because I'm at the wrong end of the table. I didn't know my left from my right. It was right English that he needed.
But that's a mistake he made, and it's real easy to do. You know, when I get a shot, like I'm playing a shot that's going to go around the corner with inside English and stuff, like especially like into the side pocket, and then you're going to go inside English near the other corner. You've got to make sure you're a little lower on the cue ball because it's going to want to go forward more than you think.
Watch that cue ball.
Oh, no. Curse splash.
There you go. Well, the 1 ball's dead. It's in the kitchen, so that won't count for the time being. But he's got a fairly straightforward force follow. Now, just a word about Tony Sam, Steve. Let me just have a look at it. He has. Oh, wait a minute. I've got a message from him. Blah 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 blah. No, he hasn't. He hasn't responded to my last message. To cut a long story short, I told him to do a clean install. He came back and he told me, "Oh, I did all of that." And
yeah, I had already told him to do that before.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Steve. If you do a clean install in VP4 and you get rid of the app data and the Celadus folders, every time I've done it and I reinstall VP4, it always asks for my serial, right? And it should do, should it not? Do you know what I'm talking about?
If you do what? Say again, I'm sorry.
If I clear out the app data folder, get rid of everything Celadus, and then I do an install in VP4 again. Oh, that was a bad miss.
Hang on. I got a call I got to take. Sorry.
Right. Okay. That was a bad miss there by Interchangex. It wasn't difficult. Run of 3 and LS3's. Well, that's everything's went bad about that one. That was a. Well, this is why Cowboy is painful. You know, she said she got let off the hook there by Interchangex, and she misses a carom, and then the worst outcome is she's scratched. But it's still got to be made. That's got to get really into the cue ball with the spin here. And that's going to... Oh, I thought it was going to pot. Now, this is square enough to maybe overcut the 5 and go 2 rails to the 1. Let's have a quick look. I think you would actually probably need to... Looking at that line, I don't like it. It's probably better going that line. I think it's, but you have to make sure you're overcutting the one playing that. So this is where I don't like that either. That one's too much in the direction of the pocket. So I think the overcutting the 5, and I think he may be trying to go 2 rails here and come in behind the one from the long rail on the left. No, he's going the other way to the 3. And that works. Only problem now is this the force follow isn't on because you're potting the 5 basically. Potting 3, sorry, not the 5. And you would need to dig right into this cue ball, try to run, and that is unlucky. That's unlucky, but it's still 2, and LS3 still 28 behind. Got to get to 90 in this visit. Well, is there anybody watching this and got the England game on? So you can give us an update on the score. Well, if there's any Welsh supporter that watched that game today, Wales were awful. There was only one team that was up for winning that match today, and that was Iran. And they were unlucky. They hit the post twice within like 3 seconds. And then the Welsh goalkeeper tries to do a karate chop. He thought he was Bruce Lee. The referee books him, and then of course you go and look at the replay. There's no way that the goalkeeper was ever staying in the pitch.
Well, did you see that shot she just missed?
Yeah. That's what I was asking you, Steve. If you get rid of all the app data, everything's Solaris, and you reinstall VP4 like a first-time install, you're always going to be prompted for your serial.
Yes.
Right.
Well,
so
let me think about this.
Yeah. Well,
if you've removed all the app data, for sure you're going to get prompted for a serial.
Well, here's where Tony Sam's got a problem, and Tony Sam's problem is not doing what you tell him to do, like probably a lot of people. I told him yesterday, I said, look, go and look at my video and go and do everything I tell you to do in the video. So he comes back to me today and he tells me, I did what you said, and then of course I then questioned him. I said, right, so you installed VP4, did it ask for your serial? No. So that tells me he hasn't done what I told him. So I told him, go and do it again and don't ignore anything I tell you, do everything. He's still not got back to me to tell me what he's done. But
I told him turn off your antivirus, and he said I'm not running.
He said he doesn't have any. Yeah.
Which,
he probably doesn't know he does have antivirus. That's his problem.
If you don't install one, with Windows, you're still running Windows Defender.
There's still Defender on. Yep.
Yeah, you're still running something. I don't know of a problem with Defender and VP4,
no.
But it's just one more thing to kind of check off the list that's caused a lot of problems.
Yeah, but there's no way that it's Defender that's causing these VP4 just to crash the desktop. It's not that. It definitely isn't that, because I've never had that issue, and my Windows Defender's on all the time.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so, because I've never seen that with Windows Defender. I have seen it with other antivirus.
Oh yeah, most certainly.
Well,
but what I ended up saying to him though, Steve, I said, look, if you do all of that, you do exactly what I say, and it does ask for your serial number, and you still have the same problem, then I can't help you any further because I don't know what it is. So I'm waiting. I'm telling me.
Certainly getting a crash report. Well, LS3's getting another chance here. Well, problem is she's got a long ways to go.
It's a wee bit awkward. He's got to be really thin in this one ball and got to watch the pace that it's heading towards the pocket. She's looking for the carom to the 3.
So isn't the US playing England?
Yeah, it's on right now. It started half an hour ago. Well, the US should be a tougher opposition than Iran were anyway. I know that.
Well, that wasn't a good shot. And here we go. I mean, he's going to get one of these in eventually. This one's really pretty easy. It's It looks like he's hitting us too thin, though. Oh, he's going to try to go thin. I was thinking forward. Thin's tough. See, I didn't like that shot because you had to hit that so thin. I would have followed it. Now granted, the line on the follow is no easy shot either, but I thought it was easier than the thin in it.
What was the name of it?
Hopefully he'll send me a crash log and I can look at it because.
Did you tell him? Did you tell him how to get the crash log? Because I can't remember. You have to always keep telling me.
He hasn't messaged or he hasn't messaged support or sent a support email since you got involved with this. So. I'll respond when he comes back to me and says, hey, it still doesn't work. I mean, I haven't seen this too much where somebody just couldn't run it. Nahimic was one of the things that could do it. Did you ask him if he had Nahimic installed?
And what does Nahimic do?
It's a sound program.
So it's not a sound driver.
No, it is a driver. It's a driver, and it also has some other technologies. It does 7.1 and.
Well, the question about that is that how would you get that accidentally installed in your computer? Would it come with another program?
Well, some motherboard manufacturers, I think MSI is one of them that pushes it. But it's not a good piece of software. Let's put it that way. And I know VP has problems with it.
Have you come across many VP4 customers with that sort of issue? And it was that was the cause?
There's been a number of them, although most people don't have it, or most people that have it uninstall it because it's some people call it malware, and it's not a good program. So if they haven't taken it off for VP4, they usually take it off for something else.
Well, I think the next thing I'll get him to do is to actually is to run malware bytes in his PC and get him to just
make sure Nahimic isn't there. The other thing, and I have seen this more with Windows 11, is especially when people upgrade, is they go to run it and VP4 crashes on startup. And one of the things I've been having people do when that happens is start in safe mode, where you hold the shift key down when you start it. Because I've seen issues where it is starting at some crazy resolution and ends up crashing. And once it starts in safe mode, then you can go set it to full screen or do whatever you want, and it works fine.
Well, normally when VP4 isn't shut down properly, it will automatically prompt you if you want to start in safe mode.
Is he on Windows 11?
No, I think he said Windows 10. I'm pretty certain he's Windows 10.
Yeah, but you could try the safe mode on that too. Hold the shift key down and double click the VP4 icon and hold it down till the window should appear on the upper left as a small desktop window.
Yeah, and then just drag it open, and then you can go into your settings and change it.
Yeah, that's another thing that you can try. I mean, there's just not a whole lot of crashing of VP4. I mean, it's not a common occurrence, but still once in a while I see people have trouble.
Well, meanwhile, with our conversation, Interchangex eventually did get out. He's up 1-0.
Yeah, I mean, that was... Well, she got 18, which isn't bad, but it's probably not good enough based on what we've seen out of Interchangex. I think, he's liable to be running 40s to 60s all day now, based on what we've seen so far.
Oh, wait a minute. Who's this Kanye West numpty that's going in for the presidency? I hear... Kanye West, what the hell's his name? This rapper guy or whatever the hell his name is. He's going up for presidency for the election.
He's kind of been a little kooky. I mean, the thing is when celebrities start going in for a political office, that's a problem.
It's a joke.
They don't know anything about it. You know, we saw Arnold Schwarzenegger become governor of California when I lived there, and it was, you know, I mean, Arnold's a smart guy and stuff, but you know, when you're an actor and you just decide to go into politics, it's like you just don't know what you're getting into.
Well, you know who to blame
he
for that.
struggled because he didn't understand, you know, how everything works.
Blame Ronald Reagan. He started it.
Well, Ronald Reagan actually became
he was a governor,
pretty
wasn't
good
he?
Politician. You know, he was a good president, and he was a pretty good governor. I mean, but you know, that's more the exception than the rule. I mean, look at Schwarzenegger, look at Donald Trump. I mean, you know, there's been a lot of guys that, you know, weren't not politicians that I think there's been some guys, businessmen that could have been good. No, but you know, when you look at you know, who's really qualified, remember the first President Bush. Let's see, what had he been? He'd been a senator, a governor. He'd been head of the CIA or second in command or something. I mean, he'd been in government positions and done all this stuff. So he had, like, if you look at his resume, he had tremendous background.
Yeah,
so it's
good
like,
background,
of course, you know, a guy like that, you know, is going to be able to handle the job. When you get somebody that's never been in politics in there, you're asking for trouble.
Yeah, they've more money than sense. That's basically what it all boils down to. Buy your way into the presidency.
Well, there's one thing I'm positive of, is Kanye West can't get the nomination. there's just no way.
Now, LS3 has a 19-point lead. Little kick into the rail would give her the little carom to open the 1 and the 5. Coming down low, but not scratching. You see, you've got to take what's there. I mean, if you're going to cut the 3, you've got to watch the scratch. Now, the easiest shot there was the kick in behind the 1 and the 5, just to get you started.
Okay, I'm going to give you his biography, George H.W. Bush. Okay, he flew 58 combat missions during World War II. He was shot down in the Pacific. He got the Distinguished Flying Cross for bravery. He went to Yale. He was in business, in the oil business in Texas. Then he was an ambassador to the United Nations, chairman of the Republican National Committee, chief of the U.S. Liaison Office in the People's Republic of China, director of the CIA.
Director, yeah.
So when you've done all that, you know, it's like, how, you know, you're going to be a pretty good candidate.
Yeah, your CV reads good. And then when you look at Kanye West and you compare it.
The thing is like one of the big things for being president is national security. When you've been director of the CIA, you know, if you've been in the CIA or the NSA or something, you understand what that's all about. You're not like just, you know, coming in there cold. Because you know, the president gets a daily briefing. The CIA briefs the president every single day.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a friend that actually did that, did the briefing for the president. I think he did it for Bush and Obama.
Well, we're waiting for Semi-Pro giving us his full rundown on what happened last night and why the bailout.
Semi-Pro here. Hey, yeah. Semi-Pro, what's going on? How did that match go last night?
Well, it didn't go well from his point of view that he lost, but I'm talking about what's happened after it. I would have thought he lost fair and square at the end of the day. Well, LS3's been given these little opportunities here just to get away from Interchangex.
Interchangex just type can't make a ball suddenly in the chat. Well, you know, and this is where you just got to not let that bother you, not grind on it, and just go back to, you know, you don't want to distract yourself. You don't want to start freaking out because some things start going wrong.
You don't want to be stuck to it.
That's not where you want to be. Well, at least the table's still open. Got a chance to make this ball. I'm not going to do the horse follow. That was a good shot. That's the advantage of having the table open is you got your choice of what you can do. You only need one of them.
Yeah.
Well, LS3's got a chance to, to put the herd on Interchangex here, and she needs to do that.
Oh, that's now that you've reminded me, Semi-Pro, that this tournament's going to be going on probably well up into Christmas. And the problem now is today I've got confirmation that I'll be getting up at 2 a.m. in the morning for 3 days. Up at 2 a.m., start at 4, finish at noon, come home, get something to eat, fall asleep, wake back up in an hour, come to VP4 for an hour, go to bed, back up at 2 a.m. Oh dear, I'm not looking forward to it, so I'm probably going to miss a few matches. Now, did you not say you didn't care anymore in a previous tournament, Semi? Come on.
He's putting English on this. I'm not sure he needs English on this. Okay, he's not gonna.
Oh, that's
he
a good
wasn't
line.
trying to play, getting greedy and play for the both of them.
That's a good line. Well, I'll be joining you on Sunday afternoon. You can watch that at 5 o'clock if you've nothing better to
Watch
do.
out. Boy, that was close there. Let's see the cue ball in the side pocket. Wow. All right, so now he's got himself settled down. And that's all you really got to do. You know, if you're not playing good and you're a good player, it's right there. You just can't panic. You just got to keep doing the same thing, and it's gonna start happening.
Well, you should know by now, Semi-Pro, that online gaming is where you're going to get a bit of a wind-up. You're going to get a bit of a wind-up. You need to let it wash off the water off a duck's back. I've been doing it for 20 years.
Oh yeah, well, trolls are a fact of life in anything you do online.
So here comes Interchangex LS3. You've had your chances to get away here. He's only, 11 behind. By the way, Slim, have you got you working with a second monitor? Because that's probably a priority. I mean, I'm fine. See, the fact that I'm using this old Gamecaster, and I don't know why they ever changed it, but the old Gamecaster that I'm using right now is perfect for anybody who's with a single monitor because all the chat comes on the screen. The fact that I've got the second monitor means I've got the luxury that I'm looking at YouTube right now, and I can see that there are 8 people on YouTube. But if you're doing streaming, you've got to have the second monitor. And you've always got to know that when you tab out the game, that's why your stream freezes. When I watched some of my match, the match froze a couple of times because you were tabbed out. Yes, do you comment on the stream of the VP4 game? I'm watching the game. I'm only paying very little attention to the stream. The only reason I'm checking the stream is just to see what the delay is. It's about 3 seconds on YouTube. Probably a little bit quicker.
Overhit that one. He could have had the 5 ball up in the corner. He overhit it.
Yeah, but the run is already 33, and he's in the lead.
Yeah, well, this is not good here.
Well, this is a forced follow, but you've got to miss the double kiss.
I don't like that because you got to miss the kiss. I go to the end rail with this.
Yeah.
The double kiss was right there. I don't understand why you don't go to the end rail on that shot.
Well, I didn't get in line with it, but the first thing I'd be thinking, well, that's got to be hitting it, so I've got to go stun to the rail, spin it into the 5. It's a guaranteed shot.
That was, well, he may not play any one pocket. If you play one pocket, you start seeing those kisses like they're, they become pretty easy to see if you play a lot of one pocket.
Slim, here's another question. What software are you using? OBS?
Well, that was a stub shot. She got away with it.
Yeah, well, OBS I would think would automatically set up what your bit rate is. The quality of the video was fine. I don't think you need to start. You don't need to start tinkering with anything. The quality of the video was okay. The only thing is you need to get the background on because it looks horrible with a black background.
And she's going to pick up 6 here on this shot, so she's back rolling, and she needs to get to 90 right now. Put it on him.
Yeah. And that's the thing that goes through every Cowboy player's mind every time you have a visit. You've got to get to 90 before the other guy and try and make inroads.
She came up a little short there. She still got the shot, but she's going to do this follow. I'd almost rather go off the 3 there.
See, the danger with that is that's yep. The danger.
And there go all the points.
That's the danger.
That hurt. That's a very good shot there.
Yeah, that's the painful part about Cowboy.
And he keeps the table open. Let's see what he's going to do here. He can shoot the 1 and try to run into the 5. The 3 ball is probably easier shot. He's going to take on the 1. Well, and I like this. Be nice and aggressive. He's got to hit it with a little inside to get to the 5 ball. But I like the aggressive play, because what that shows there is confidence. A lot of people would take that 3 because it's an easier shot. But, if you know you're going to make the ball, take the harder shot and get the extra points.
Well, if you ask Nice, Steve will set a one pocket world championship for you and Bedhead Slim, just the 2 U's automatically through to the final. I'll stream that.
Yeah, that could be the world championship. Slim against Bedhead.
That's pretty much the way the World Snooker Championship was back in the early days. There only ever was about 2 or 3 professionals at the time.
Well, I think this is the wise choice, shooting this 5 ball, and then you've got a pretty good setup for the 1-3 carom or the 3-1 carom. And he's going to play for a carom off the 5, maybe.
I think it will be 3-1.
Yeah, I think you're right. That's
again, you've got to make sure you play this gentle enough. See, that to me was too fun because that
was a little risky.
If that hit a wee bit more of the left side of that one, it was getting into the hole.
Yeah, maybe not. You might have still had to hit it harder. I mean, it was pretty hard to scratch from there, but yeah, I know what you're saying. Yep, here we go with the...
See, I would be doing this really gentle to keep the 5 in play, just like that. And that way you've got a 5 ball you can put in the spot, come down off the short rail at the bottom and back up into play. I mean, you've also got... See, this is a perfect shot for a choice because you can pot the 5 and do what I'm talking about. You can pot the 3, come up above, and the 3-1. And that's good to have a choice.
Uh-oh. Semi just said the C word.
Oh. That'll work. Well, I banned Mr. Fox from my YouTube chat because he was talking bullshit. And then, of course, it goes on to arguments about politics and stuff. I wasn't.
Yeah, he likes to argue about politics.
Yeah,
I've told those guys don't do it.
So I get rid of that. The only thing we haven't had tonight is our our pod links in the chat. That'll appear soon enough, no doubt.
Well, that may not be the best spot.
That's fine. It's fine for the 1-3. Just a nice little feather. Half time, 0-0. Well, it's good result so far for the US. That'll have the English sweating a little bit. Oh, double kiss there. Where's the cue ball? I think it's fine, but it's tracking right to the hole. It was
good, a double kiss, because it could have gone down in the corner pocket. It's that 3 a little thinner.
So he's on 89 in a second here. Now, little
make
stunt.
Sure you don't bank this 5 in.
He chickened out, and I think I don't blame him. He sort of chickened out there a wee bit, and I think he was right enough to do that. Just protect his points. All that hard work for 37. He's on the brink here. Oh, by the way, Slim, if you want to stream to, have you got a Twitch channel, or have we just got YouTube? Because if you want to stream to 2 channels, that's a doddle to set up. I can give you help with that.
Well, Sam, if that's really true that it all started with playing a combo in League, that's the rules. It's funny because I'm playing a pool league and I got 88 out of 90 points against this team. And in one situation, I had no shot. I couldn't pocket the ball, so I play safe. And I hear from one of the other guys on the team, "Did you see that? He didn't try to make the ball." I was like, so, it's like, you're like, really? That attitude that, you can't shoot this shot or that shot. If it's in the rules, you can shoot the shot. And I know on VP there's been some etiquette things about shooting combos, but, if you ask me, that's baloney.
Well,
if you got a combo, go ahead and shoot it.
Well, we've always played in VP3, in a challenge room, we've always played that you don't play combos, simply because the idea is to try and run the table, because you're trying to help your game for when you play in tournaments. In tournaments, anything goes. Play combos in League, play combos, not a problem with it. That's the rules of the game. In the challenge room, it's always been the sort of unwritten rule. You just try and run the table, because that's why you're trying to improve your game. If you play a combo, you're not learning anything. If you try and run the table, you're going to learn a lot more.
Yeah, well, I could understand it in challenge room. If everybody agrees, hey, we're not going to play combos, fine. But, honestly, the only time I wouldn't play a combo is like if we're warming up. Like, when I'm warming up with somebody before a tournament or something, not only am I not going to play combos, I'm not going to play safe. Why start playing safe? The idea is that you're going to warm up, you're going to hit balls, you're both going to get to the table a bunch. So it doesn't make sense to play safe. But, outside of that, you're playing a match, you can do whatever you want. If you want to 3-foul the guy, that's fine, do it.
Now, is it next? Does anybody know exactly when the Moscone Cup starts? Is it next Thursday or is it next Friday? Somebody will know. Because
those were some powerful words. Did you see the chat?
No.
Somebody said I actually like Stub more right now.
Well, you think about it.
That's pretty funny.
Let's look at Stubbs' good points. If you want to talk about Stubbs' good points, does he ever trash anybody in the lobby? Does he ever abuse people in the lobby? He never does. He's never been that type of guy. He doesn't come into he doesn't involve himself in a chat that's deriding anybody else in the lobby. He never does anything like that.
The other good thing about him is he's consistent.
That's exactly it.
It's consistent. You may not like it, but it's consistent.
Yeah,
there's not going to be any surprises.
He doesn't annoy anybody from that point of view. It's just that when he's involved in a tournament, he's a bit annoying. that you can't say anything else bad about him for that. It's just the way he approaches the tournament, and
well, the biggest problem I've had with him is just not
his
being
caps lock
cooperative
button.
in scheduling matches.
Well,
You know,
that as well.
it's like waiting too many days and then complaining it's the other guy. And you know, I mean, honestly, I don't want to hear all that crap. Just you know, do what you're supposed to. Put your proposals in right away. Don't wait 2 or 3 days. And he does that all the time. And you know, I told him, I said, you know, if this comes down to someone's getting DQ'd, it's going to be you because you're not doing what you're supposed to, which is put a proposal in right away.
Well, I think he's learning that as well. I mean, the longer he hangs about, it's never going to go in his favour. Stubb is a scumbag.
Well, you know, he's a little different kind of personality. I mean, he might not be the guy that you know you're going to hang out with if you come to the U.S.
Well, see, the thing is you never know. I mean, obviously, everybody's got a personality behind a keyboard. That's the thing, and you make up your own mind what the personality's like behind the keyboard because you haven't the foggiest idea. You have no clue.
I don't think Stubb would, you know, I don't think he's the kind of person that's going to be threatening to you or like if you met him in real life, you know, I mean, he may talk the same bullshit he does now, but he's not going to want to get in a fight with you. He's not, you know, I'm sure he's not that kind of person. And believe me, I've been in a lot of places where, you know, the people were not friendly.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them been in the UK. I remember I was in London. I go in this pub. I never played pub pool. I go in this pub. There's a pub pool table. So I go to, you know, just hit some balls on it. And a couple of young lads come over and say to me, this is our bar. This is our pool table. What are you doing in here?
Yeah.
And I said, I'm leaving.
Well, the problem, I'll tell you something, these are two guys that probably bought VP4. They probably sat in the corner with a drink saying, that's that big lanky piece of shit that made that game that annoys us. Let's go over and tell him to get the hell out of here. Of course, you made the big mistake getting in with the VP4 t-shirt on, Steve, because you're just a target then. I mean, that's just crazy.
Yeah, that's just bad advertising now.
Oh, this is our bar. This is our table. I love that. See,
this is a close game here. This one's going to be a good one.
It's getting there. It's getting there. Well,
it's looking like LS3 may be the first one into the carom phase.
Don't speak too soon because this is dodgy.
Yeah, this is a little tricky here. I'd actually bank the 5 and stun over into the 1. I think that's the easiest shot here. Oh, you can't do that. I forgot because she's on 88. Bad idea, Steve.
Oh, hang on a minute. I think she's done it again. Let's have a look at this to see what the possibilities are.
This is fine. You just go off the end rail here.
Well, I think you've got to stun it to the end rail. I think.
No, you put a little draw and a little left English, just like what she's doing. Except she's raised the butt of the cue. See, you didn't need to raise the butt of the cue.
I think you needed to stun that.
Yeah, I'm not sure why she raised the butt of the cue, but on that shot, it was just, you know, keep the cue level, put the tip down, hit it with draw and a little bit of inside English.
Well, I mean, she's achieved one target. She's got to 90, so she's in the mix.
Oh, well, thank you, Sam. I had a great time. Drank too much wine, but, you know, that's what you do on Thanksgiving. I went to my friend's house, and they pulled out the good Cabernet. And I'm not one to pass that up.
Right, well, he's got to pull a shot here. Run goes to 4. And that's a good enough line off the back rail there behind the 5.
Yeah, this is a little tricky just because it's going to curve some into the rail.
Got
Well, that was well played.
where's the three
The
ball going? Where's
loop.
the three ball going? Oh,
Yeah,
disaster.
yeah. And that was the problem with that shot, is you're hitting it pretty hard.
Well, again, LS3 going to have to. Well, if you try to cut this to skim the 3, that worked. Now, let's have a look at what this line's like.
Yeah. You got to play off the 5 ball here, don't you?
Yeah, 5 ball, and
well, she's playing off the backside of it. See, I probably wouldn't do that.
Got to get that sharp line here.
That's a hard shot.
Not sharp enough.
You're hitting the 5 ball so thin, it's hard to get the line. Well, and here we go again with, I think he'll get there this time. All he's got to do is pocket the 1 ball.
Steve, have a look.
I'm not sure what he's looking at. Wouldn't you just pocket the 1 ball here, Hugh?
Well, looking at the fact that he's an 89, of course you're going to pot the... Well, he's looking at... I don't know why he's looking at a carom from that line, because, you know, I think he's more worried about the fact that the position of the table's not going to be great potting this one. That's the problem. You know, it's not a good follow-up.
Yeah. Oh, God, that was close to being a scratch. You didn't have to hit too much of that 3 to go right into the corner.
Well, that's why that match wasn't on the schedule, Semi. And if it was, you know, if it started, I don't even know when it started, but it was starting too late that I would have streamed it anyway.
That was close. She almost potted the 5 ball, but she's off and running. Got a point.
Well, I think
that's the thing about this phase. As soon as you start hitting the balls hard in this phase, you better know where the object balls are going, because otherwise that happens. Yeah, I mean, you got to know where the object balls go, unless you're just dinking balls.
Well, this is anybody's game. It always is when you're in the caroms phase. Anything can happen. It's already happened twice. Both of them have scratched. And
this is a pretty safe shot here.
Gentle, yeah. Now that cue ball just needs to keep going, and you can skim off the 1 to the 5, or the 3 again.
The 3, yeah, and it's very thin. You got to hit that really thin, and that's a little. He's going to try something else.
Looks like he's
going forward. And there's some risk here, because he's gonna hit this ball kind of hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, see what he was doing there is just trying to keep the 1 ball, you know, from heading towards the pocket, and he just came up a little too short on it. A little more angle back on that 1, and he'll hit the 3.
Well, I know what I'd be doing here. I'd be doing the big bang and stunning to the 5. That's what I would do. I would be playing the risky shot. And this is a cut the 1 and draw to the 5 and 3. Or go to the rail and
just dink the 3 ball off the rail into the 5.
Yeah. Now this is
shot.
This is a very good setup.
Dink the 3 ball and back in. This is what you want. You got all 3 balls down at the table, and yeah. See, I would have probably gone the other way. Although her way might have been better. I'm not sure.
Well, the 5 ball's going away from the group now. See, now it's getting loose.
Yeah. And this is where, you know, being good at billiards and knowing how to nurse them and keep them all down at the same end is a huge advantage.
Well, if anything, this is the point where you should be taking a little bit more time and visualising, you know, how you're running at a ball and where the ball's going, where you want to push it.
Well done there.
Well, you see, now this is hard work to get a run of 5. You don't want to lose it by trying something over.
Well,
exuberant
the problem here is the kiss, and she missed the kiss.
Oh, I like that works. Shot. That's nice.
Because you're running on a line where you got the 1 and the 5. And she's going to try to thin the 1 here. Yeah, she's making a nice little run here.
Right.
This is pretty good in this carom phase.
Well, I think now I'd be just ducking for cover here and
I'd probably overcut the 5 and run this at the 3 ball.
Well, that's one option, yeah. And it's the right
Just
pace
like
as well. It's the right pace because
that's a beautiful
you know
shot.
you're not going to push something over a hole or anything like that.
And she's got the same little cutoff 3 into the 1. She played this shot earlier and hit it perfect. This will open it up with a little English.
Oh, it needs to get the legs this time, but again, just being cautious. I mean, that wasn't a bad pace because if that had nudged onto the 1, she'd an easy out. I mean, that was the right way of thinking. And again, at a pace where you're not going to do anything harmful. So she's in a good position, and that's going to miss. And now she's got the chance to go.
He was worried about potting the 1 ball there.
Yeah.
So you can play off the 1 and the 3, but you're taking a chance of making the 3.
Yeah, you've got to get to the rail and brush the 3 from the inside. Like that. That's a shot. I like that.
Yeah, unfortunately, she put herself in not a great spot to make this.
This is a good out for Cowboy. I mean, a Cowboy player's going to have a good chance of getting this.
She's going to have to be short of hit the end rail to get this in the pocket. I think she's cutting this too much. Oh, she's going that way.
Oh, that's too thick. Got to be.
I was thinking of going forward.
Yeah, I mean most half decent Cowboy players would get that most of the time. The in off into the top corner. Just got it a bit too thick, but you know it's all up to Interchangex now. This is last chance saloon. I don't know whether they can overcut the 5 or whether they can hit it into the rail, get to the 1C. That wasn't going to get there unless he spun it.
That was not a good shot.
Well, again, this is a good out, a good stun off the 1 into the top left. Every day of the week. I mean, I'm expecting her to get this. No, got into it too much. It's just a straight stun. Maybe just a tiny tad below the equator. Not much.
I'll tell you what, I'd be cutting this 1 ball and running at the 5 and 3.
The 2 and 1.
The reason why I do that is you can get the 1 ball down on the end rail.
Yeah, but it's a 2 and 1 shot, and these are the shots that you have to look for at this stage of the game. And I think he missed a trick there. Now again, this is still a good follow through out into the top corner pocket. The 1 ball's going to go out the way. You've just got to get the line just slightly to the left of the 1. And that will work. Perfect. Now we're all square. That's a good out.
Yep, we do have a match.
Well, this is definitely the potential of being a good match because LS3's done for the most part pretty well there. Now, hang on a minute. Have I got something on Facebook? Let me just have a quick check. Doesn't look like it. I thought I'd done an alert there. Let's have a check. Nope, he's still not responded. Oh well, I'll tell you why he's not responded. Tony Sams always reminds me of a guy that always has to go out on a Friday night. He's probably in some club somewhere in London. Well, Interchangex is in straight away here. Good start. What, is there another match on? What's Hogg talking about? In fact, more to the point, what's happening on Friday night 9 ball? Let's have a quick look. Bill is playing chess, Dev, Bill in the Hill in round 2. Larry is through to round 3 already. He's waiting in the winner of that match. Bill looks to be the favourite at the moment, although he's just up by 1. Spectre Dawn's already through playing Chimpy. Chimpy's up 1-0. Tommy's playing Bankster on the 1 loss side. Mr. Fox is playing Sergeresh, and Brainflout's playing Eloquenti. The run goes to 31. Delicate little cut in the 1, maybe bump the 5 as well here. It looks a good line for that.
Yeah, he likes to play these multiple point type of shots, and I like that too. He didn't.
I think he's checked it inside there. Still 0-0, 54 minutes gone. Ah, well, could be a shock result there then. Well, USA beat England before in the World Cup, mind you. I think it was in 1954 or something like that. This could be shaping up to be a good contribution here. And that's going to be a good line for the follow-up. Well, a little dink in the 5 and just stay in this left side of the table, brush off the 5 off its spot. Well, he's gone right, so he's going 5-3. But he could have just kept it down this end and played 5-1. Got to watch the pace again. See, again, the cue ball just wants to go to the pocket, but it was a safe enough pace. Now you can, if the angle's there, you can stun the 1 in the 3 and then bump the 1 out. I don't think it was. But he's doing the right thing to keep a shot in the 3 to the 5. That's the secret. Don't get greedy. I would have tried to bump the 1 out there. Whereas Interchangex is more focused on, following up with the next shot. Now, he might do it this time, unless he's, he's doing it this time. So he'll get the bump in the 1. Now, he'll have a pot in the 5, which is good because he might be blocked off in the 1 and the 3 here. Yes, he is. So he's still fine. Or is he? He's on a pot here. What's he looking at? Yeah, I thought for a minute there he was looking to make a combo. Yeah, I mean, Wales weren't in the game. I mean, they have one chance. They had one good chance where the Iranian goalkeeper made a good save, and that was it. But for the rest of the game, they did nothing other than try to survive. So they were never going to be deserved winners. But I'll tell you, the main problem was they couldn't feed the ball to their main man. He was coming a wee bit deeper to try and get possession now and again, but I mean, you hardly ever saw Gareth Bale. The problem with Wales is they haven't got the quality players that can actually feed Gareth Bale.
Boy, he overhit that. I'm not sure why he hit that so hard.
Well,
now things just got a lot tougher.
Well, dodgy cut into the side or a cut in the 3 to stay at the table. The run is 64.
Yeah, this is not a gimme here.
But the good thing is, though, that this cue ball is heading in the right direction. Again, it's not gone far enough because the direction I'm talking about is below the 1. You see, now he's got to pull off another one. It could be 3 to 5, 2 in 1 shot.
This isn't.
He's going for the stun, but he could have played the 2 in 1. Now the 5 ball's dead in the rail, and now it's a struggle.
Yeah, he's going to have to cut the 3 or shoot the 1.
But the run is 68, and that's
getting up there.
That's imperative that you don't lose it.
If he's going to play the carom here too, he's got to be careful outside pocket.
Well, I think that was the right shot. Just take that, and I mean, he can play the stun up to the 3. He can skim off the 5 and go to the 3. That's always a good line.
Yeah, I think that's what he's doing.
Yeah, and
he's doing it very well. Almost made the 5 too.
Well, this is also good because you're potting the 3. You've got control of the cue ball. You should be a good line to play the 3 to the 5. Yeah. You know,
and that's what he's going to do. And he might make this 5 ball.
So the 3 goes in, which is another bonus. And now everything's in good shape here. I think he's a bit straight on the 5. And now this is the only one that's dangerous. Again, he has to play this at the right pace. Got to be careful with the pace. And he's got it thick.
Oh, that wasn't very careful.
Yeah, he's got it thick though.
He got away with it.
He hit it more or less full in the face. And he's still in good shape here. Good line in the 5, but he's got to just remember the score. This is where you totally get engrossed in what you're doing and forget to look at the HUD. So he's on 88.
Yeah, you don't want to take chances like he did the last carom.
And this is dangerous because this one is potting every day of the week. And he's trying to get the line to go to the 4 ball to the 5. He's got to watch that. Yeah, he's played it well. And now, of course,
that's no good though.
now he's done for. So I think he should just take the money and run.
He's playing the combination. He's not done.
Yeah.
He had a chance to make it. It just didn't go in.
Well, that was excellent. That's unless anything happened in any other matches, that's the highest run so far, 89. Well, this will be some response from LS3.
Yeah, I mean, after that, she needs to pop off something big here. Yes, that hit the rail, way up the rail. You know, with the latest tweaks I've been working on, the pocket's going to play a little tougher. I don't think you're going to be able to hit the ball into the rail. That was like 2.5 diamonds up, even at a shallow angle.
Nat Nicker says Fox made a 90 against Semi.
Yeah, well, that's pretty good.
That's always going to put your favourite to win one of the racks.
LS3 has got one going here, so we'll see what happens. I mean, at this point, if you get funny, you can always look to play defense, but you know, it's hard to keep somebody from. It's easy to keep somebody from the 1 ball, but keeping them from making a carom's a lot harder. Well, that one didn't go in. Well, so here we go. I mean, I'm sure he'll shoot the 1 ball here.
3 balls good to come in behind it off the short rail.
Yeah.
It's going to be the stun, and he just a little bit more onto that 5 ball there, and it would have been pretty good for some little nursery cannons, as they call it in billiards.
Well, he was trying not to hit the 1 too full because of the bank.
Yeah,
he didn't want it banking in. Watch out. Yeah, I think that was the right idea. I just didn't get it to open up enough.
Well, pot the pot the 3, stay top side of the 3, you've got an easy 3-5.
Yeah, Interchangex needs to do better in one carom or she's going to catch up. Watch
out. There we go again. It's amazing the magnets that Steve's got fitted into these tables that just draw balls into the pockets. Yeah, anybody ever noticed that?
Turn the cue ball loose.
Well, ball in hand. I think that 5 ball's there. I keep calling it a 5 ball when it's a 3 ball. That's well in play. Now, what's he done? Has he gone for a break? Or is he disconnected? Or is he fallen asleep? Sure. No.
Yeah, he should have a pretty good hit, easy hit from the 1 to the 5.
Well, again, depending on the pace he hits it, well, he's played it gentle. Again, I don't know whether he was thinking about being productive there to bump that 1 a bit further and get it back out into the right side of the table. But he's going to go either direct or 2 rails to this 1.
Well, I like the play, it just didn't come off. You know, he's making 1 point every time he gets to the table, and that's not going to do it.
Yeah, you would think
she's trying to scratch again.
Good attempt at it. She's getting the practice in for when she gets to 100. Hang on a minute. Oh, I thought it was going to kiss the 5 and go in there.
Yeah, she's still trying to scratch. It's like every turn at the table, she's having the cue ball running at the pocket.
I don't think I wouldn't agree with you there, semi-pro. I definitely wouldn't agree with you, because if you get a good run and you get to 90 in Cowboy and you start off and you've got the balls in very close order on the run in from 90 to 101, you know, you've got a good chance of doing it.
I'm going to have to disagree with that too.
Yeah, but I think that even I can run out from 90 to 101. I've done it plenty of times. And I think the biggest problem is holding it together to 90. And if you can do that and get into the caroms, then you've got a reasonably good idea what you're doing. You're a strong favourite to run out. You know, I think it's far tougher to do a 147 in snooker than it is to do the run out in Cowboy. The problem is it would have been done often enough and plenty enough if enough of the quality players had been playing Cowboy, it would have been done.
Well, it's the same shot.
Here we go again.
It was the same shot going to the end rail. She failed to execute.
Yeah, but that's VP Monster knows what he's doing. That's that's the thing. You've got to get to the caroms before he does. I'll tell you that. And that's your main objective. You're going to give yourself a good chance if you can get to the caroms before he does. But if you don't and he's in there, you can wave bye-bye pretty much most of the time. Well, LS3 can give herself a good chance here, and I've seen this done many a time. You know, you're back in 30 or 40. Your opponent's only in the early stages of the caroms, and you can get yourself right on the money, right in the mix. This is just where you've got to hold it together.
That's probably true for you right now, but if you start playing billiards and stuff, I think you're going to find that 101 is going to be easier than 147. You know, you just got to play enough billiards. I mean, you've played so much snooker that you've worn that game out. Well, I don't think she's getting this carom. Nope. All right. Well, and she set him up perfect. This is a duck. Even I can make this carom.
Yeah, but where's the next one coming from? See, that 5 ball, it's neither here nor there. Right. I mean, you can cut it past the side pocket and come up and bump into the into the 3, but you're still not getting the table, and you're not getting the balls in favourable positions.
No, they're not that wonderful right now. Could be another 1-pointer. Let's see what he can come up with. Could be a 0-pointer if he turns the cue ball loose.
Tried to stun it into the 3. Should have just run it. I mean, the angle was there just to cut. You know, you cut that. Hang on a minute. It's that one I'm looking for. You cut that 5 ball to there, and you're skimming up down to hit the 3. That shot was on.
Well, he's done it every single time in caroms. He's gone to the table and gotten 1 point, and that's it. And he keeps doing that. He's liable to lose this game. You know, on LS3, she's turning the cue ball loose some, but
this is a good start. 5 ball on the spot. You can get away with that. Yep, get the 5 in the spot. You've got the easy follow up. Now again, you've got to keep a ball open here. So this 5 ball, depending on how thin she's having to hit it, it's going to the side rail, but at least she's still got the 3 of the 1 to pot. So what I'm thinking is pot the 1 and get up above the 5 ball into the table somewhere, or stay below the 1 to go to the 1-5. She's too straight, I think. No, she's okay. She's fine. And this will still work. I mean, my rule is, I still say it's a pretty good rule if you stay in above or below. I mean, this is above, as I call it. Above all the balls. As long as you're above all the balls or below all the balls, then you're giving yourself a chance.
Okay, so what's going on here?
Got to get the bump.
That wasn't good. I mean, it wasn't a gimme shot.
Well, I'm going to stick my neck out.
Can Interchangex make more than 1 carom?
Well,
obviously he can't do the follow on the 5 ball, so
yeah, it's a little too railer into the back of the 1. That's easy enough.
Yeah, off the 3 ball.
Well, there we go. He's looking at the line.
He's looking off the 5. Yeah, the 5 ball. I think this thin kind of hit is a little easier with inside when you're twisting this.
That'll work. And that's good. Well, it would have been good if it had actually stayed below the 1. And it's just gone to the side of it. But again, he can punch the 1 out of the way and run into the 3. But you don't want to punch it too hard, because that's the danger, going behind the 3 and scratch. He got away with it. He might be on the knuckle though. He's got 5-1.
Well, he's finally doing some damage here. This is what he needed to do all along. He's sort of letting her back into this. If he can get this up to 99 or 100.
Now is he going? I think he's going to the 3. Yeah, but he's getting too much.
Yeah, just a little bit too much of that 5 ball.
Well, this is still not over, this rack. It is not over. And again, a reasonable enough follow-up, and the 3 might go in, which wouldn't be a bad thing. Oh no, she's done it again. She's hitting that. That is far too hard. I agree with Cobra there. That was just, you've got to gently play it.
Cue ball loose a little too much.
Yeah, I mean, that's my worst sin at Cowboy. But I know fine well to hit that gentle enough not to risk the momentum of the cue ball taking into the pocket. Well, this is a straight draw to the rail and into the 3, I think. Let's have a look and see what the line's like. No, maybe not.
Oh, he's playing the 5. And that's well done. So, this is an interesting shot. I mean, this is no easy shot here. I'd be playing to the 1 ball.
Oh, this is easy. This is easy.
Yeah,
big target.
Big target.
And look at the 3. Well, that's no good where it's sitting.
Now it's getting tougher. He's going to go 2 rails off this 1 ball, and I think this is a good target too. Oh, you want 1 wet rail? Okay. We're at 100, and is he going to do the cut or the follow, or how's he doing this? He's going to do the follow shot here.
And well, it doesn't look as if he's doing it that line. Let me have a look.
It looks like he's too straight on. He's cut this ball a little to the left.
Yeah, he's deciding to go the other way.
Oh, is he going to go over to the other corner? Yeah.
No, he's going to go 3 rails. He's going to do my spectacular outshot. He's going the 3 railer into this pocket.
Oh, he's going. Well, that'll be a 2 railer from here.
Aye, 2 railer. I'm getting carried away with rails. Oh, that looks good to me. Has it got the legs? Has it got the legs? Yes, it has. It's going to spin in, is it? Oh. Unlucky. Unlucky. Gave it every chance for the pace.
Oh, is that thing titty hooked? No, it's not. Wow, that was a nice shot. It just didn't go in the hole. You couldn't hit it any better than that and not make it.
Well, this is most certainly last chance saloon this time, because LS3 is looking for points. But if she can't get a guaranteed setup, she can keep the 1 safe. Hook him. Just roll onto a ball behind a ball in a rail or something here. This is where you've got to start using your head. The time will come where she has to make that choice, but is she going to be on the money to do it? Is she going to be wise enough to think about that? We'll soon find out. Well, this is fine. She's still got a pot in the 1. She's got a 1-5 carom, but I think she's a bit too straight in the 1 ball. Yep, so nothing she can do other than just pot it. Let's have a look and see. That'll do though. And this is just gentle. All you want to do is cut the 1, keep it in the kitchen, and nudge the 5 towards the pocket. That's all you're doing here. Gentle.
This is rough. She's got a long ways to go. I mean, this is if she can win this game, that'll be amazing. Because she's got a long ways to go here.
Pot the 1 and get up the table. Out of the kitchen, potting the 1 ball, or in the kitchen, so you're coming back to the 5. But you've got to make that decision, because that will still give you at least a follow-up shot. Oh, she's gone. Now I don't know what she's doing. No way that cue ball should be there. She's now going to have to overcut the 1 and draw into the 5. And again, the danger here is going behind the 5.
Well, you could just shoot the 1. Just stun that thing at the 5.
What's she doing?
She's going to try to draw off the 3. And watch out.
Well,
good shot. Well, she got in the backside of that 5, and that was in the corner pocket.
She's doing it the hard way. There was a much easier way to get there. And of course, after all this effort, she's only on 17 with the carom.
Yeah, this is.
Well, got a force follow as well. They're falling into place here, though.
Yeah,
And
I mean, she's got
this,
a chance to get into the
watch the 5,
carom
though.
phase.
It's just running too far. It needed to slow up. How does this look for a possible shot? Well,
I don't like shooting the one ball because I like this move. Come off the 3.
2-in-1
You
shot.
got 2 balls to shoot at.
Watch how you're cutting the 3, though. Watch how you're cutting the 3. Oh, dear. Oh, God.
And
Well,
she
there they
loses
go.
all 18.
Yeah,
Goodbye.
that is. I mean, the shot I would have played, because that cut was dangerous, I would have, because the line was there to do it. The line was there to punch the one out of the way and go to the rail and hit the 5. It's dangerous that you can hit the 5 and scratch, but it is a possibility to still keep yourself at the table.
Well, she's going to get another chance to do it here because Interchangex couldn't get that ball in.
What's happening in the football, Slim? I haven't had an update. It must be near the end of the game.
That was close to an in-off, too.
What time did it start? 7 o'clock. So there's still like, 20 odd minutes or 30 minutes to go. Still 0-0.
Well, she's got them lined up. I guess she's going to play the follow shot here.
England 4 dives, Yanks 3. And USA are the far better team. That's coming from an Englishman. It's not looking good for England then. Mind you, they've had the win, so it wouldn't do them any harm getting a draw. It might get to the stage where both of them just settle for the draw. And then England will be odds-on favourite against Wales. Because, I mean, the way Wales played today, they ain't going to cause England much trouble. Oh dear, hang on a minute. There we go again.
Well, she's done this way too often. And I think that's the main reason she's down in this match is way too many times she's scratched.
Yeah. Well, every Cowboy player is going to say, well, tell me about it. It's happened hundreds and hundreds of times.
And Interchangex got another chance and still couldn't get it in the hole. So he's probably a little frustrated at this point with how many chances he's had to win the game.
Yeah, and sooner or later that's going to catch up with you.
Well, if you're playing one of the top players and you do that, there's a good chance you're going to lose. I mean, you got to take advantage of your chances. What's that, the 4th try he's had at the 101st point?
Oh, yeah. You know, if he was playing a more experienced Cowboy player, this the opponent would be right down his neck right now. No, I don't think anybody's had 3 fouls in the tournament yet. It's a reasonably rare thing in Cowboy to have 3 fouls.
Well, there she is on 89.
Yeah, 89, but not exactly an easy pot in the 1. And this cue ball will be running loose, and so there's a danger of going over the mark here, running into something.
Well, she can play the carom 5-3 if she wants.
No, she can't. She's on a pot.
She's on a pot?
Yeah, she's got to pot the 1.
Yeah.
She's on 89.
Well, if you don't like cutting it, you can bank it. I mean...
well, it's the safest shot. I mean, that
well,
is...
she can leave the cue ball down on end rail here if she wants to bank it and maybe get some protection from the 3 and 5, make it tough.
Yeah.
Cutting is doable. It is going to hit.
Yeah,
well, I thought it hit before the side pocket. She's drawing the ball. And that's not where you want it. Well, of course,
well,
she's left the 1 in a tricky spot.
Well, this is the old cut the 1 and spin into the left corner pocket. This was a shot that was far easier in VP3. You could spin the cue ball all day in VP3, it would come back into the table, go back into the rail, and still go into the pocket. You can't do that in VP4, but you can play the shot that we're talking about here.
Talking about a topspin shot?
Oh yeah.
Draw shot.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was always on the cards. So 2-1 now to Interchangex. And this match has been on for an hour and 41 minutes.
And he's finding a way to get there.
Well,
actually played really well that game, except for taking so long to get out on the last point.
Well, later in the tournament, in the situation that LS3 found herself in there, she had how many goes did she have at reducing that deficit and get to 19? She must have had 5 or 6 and never got the job done. And when you get to the when you get to when you get to the latter stages, you've got to be keeping those contributions, and we'll see that happen. You'll see.
But I think it's easy to see that she's turning the cue ball loose too much. You know, part of it's because of how hard she's hitting it.
Yeah. What's Preacher PMing me for? Somebody tell him I don't answer PMs when I'm streaming.
All right, it's time for me to take a quick break.
Hang on a minute, guys. Hang on a sec. Let me see if we can get this to work. To have a look at this PM. I never get a chance to tell him. All he asked is what are these two doing? I don't know what that question meant. Right. We should be back. We should be back live unless I've hit the button again. Yes, I've hit the button. Well, as Interchangex going to build up a big lead again, that'll then be asking questions of LS3. Now let's have a quick tab to the Friday Night 9 ball. We've got Bill playing Larry at the moment. It's Larry's on the hill, I think. Or is that 5-all? I think it's 5-all. Yep. And Spectre Don has gone through against Chimpy. So he's already in the hot seat match. No, he's not. He is. He's in the hot seat match. So Interchangex moves on to 23. A good follow-up again. May well pot the 1 here also. No, he's just sending it around the table. Played it the other way. Played the 1 and then bumping the 5. Well, he might have to. I don't know whether he's drawn off this, but you just got to make sure you get up high enough, and that'll do it. Now this will have to be a little stunt. Got that 1 ball a bit too thin. Again, the cue ball heading in the wrong direction here towards that pocket, but sometimes you get away with them. And a follow-up again is on. Although I don't know why he's went that way. To me, it was easier to go 5-3. he's got the force follow, but when you're playing him at distance, it's not always a guarantee. But again, if you've got your eye in and you don't hang about, you know, you're seeing the line straight away, then, you know, by all means play it.
Well, yeah, if you roll up on it. I don't like playing for it because the space that you have to get the right angle is pretty small, so it's hard to play shape for that. If you roll into it, you know, or it's easy to get there. It certainly wasn't easy to get in that spot or the way he played that shot. I mean, that wasn't, you know, guaranteed position.
Well, this is a bit tougher, hampered by the 5, pot in the 3, and should have the 3-5 to follow up. Needs to get left side though, and that'll do it.
Yeah, he's been pocketing balls well. I mean, when he's had those long shots, he's been making them.
Well, yeah, again,
that's a big thing because they're going to come up.
Again, he's hit that 5 very nice. You just don't want to run into the 5 full in the face to double kiss it and just still stick it to the rail. He's got the 5 ball in play.
Yeah, I'm not. I would shoot the 5 here. I wouldn't. He's looking at 3 to 5, and I don't really like that because you could scratch off the back of the 5.
Well, this is 5 to 1.
Yep, that's a good play.
Again, that's a good enough line. You should never be missing this 1 ball from that angle. That's a pretty perfect enough angle. And then he's gone way too thin.
Wow.
That's a bad miss. I mean, it's a run of 45.
That's your fault there. That was commentator curse. That's your fault.
I mean, he's done harder shots than that in this run, and that was not a difficult carom. He hasn't that
goofy on that one.
I mean, the 3 ball will go. Now, what would I be doing with this 3 ball? Will I be playing this 3 ball with a bit of left English to check below the 3 and be looking up the table? You see, that wasn't the shot to me. To me, the shot was cut that 3 with a bit of left English so that you're coming back this way and you're looking up the table at the 2 balls you want to be caroming to and give yourself a choice.
You can't afford to. You can't afford to be missing balls at this point because now he's back at the table and here we go again.
That's a big error there by LS3 because this could be painful by the time this visit's over.
Yeah, I mean he could be into the carom phase by the time this visit's over. I mean he's made a lot of nice runs.
Well, I mean, from seeing how Interchangex has been playing, I mean, he's definitely got himself in the mix here. He's not a player you want to be running into, but sooner or later you are going to run into him. As there are a number of players like that.
Him is obviously he hasn't played tons of Cowboy, and he's going to do nothing but get better as this tournament goes on.
Yeah. Now that's going to be in between, I think. I think he can stun good in front to the 5.
This is an easy carom.
Oh,
I guess I just cursed him.
Well, you did there because you hit that far too hard. I mean, he didn't.
Yeah, he didn't need to hit it that hard.
Well, I think there's an easy enough force follow in the 5. Is that the 3 that's up there?
Well, I know for me personally, you know, I might have a little trouble with that shot in VP. In real life, I'm hitting that ball every time, but I don't control the draw as well in VP as I do in real life. Oh no!
Again,
she hit that too hard.
Yeah,
and it looped. See, when you hit it hard like that, it's going to loop more. And she just looped it right around the ball. See, he's going to try to keep the, no, he's not. He's just going to go for the easy carom here. Now he's going to shoot the 5 and bump the 3.
No, he might be playing to miss it this time. No, he is bumping it. You see, that's still got the 3 in play.
Yeah, he's going to shoot the 3 and bump the 1 probably, unless he's going to play shape for the carom. He's going to play shape for the carom. That's probably the smart thing to do.
You see, the way these balls are now, this is not good for LS3 because he's pretty much a certainty to be into the caroms.
Watch out. Yeah, that was close there.
1 ball still in play. Now, does he get greedy here? Has he lost count? He's looking at the 5 and he's an 87. He's made the old cowboy numpty shot and he's lost his points. No, what am I on? Am I blind? I thought he was
talking about.
I thought he was an 87.
I was like,
I take it back.
There's something that I don't realize here that Hugh knows that I don't.
Well, I've got an excuse. I'm lying back in my chair. I've got my hands in my head, and I'm half asleep, and I'm trying to read the score in the HUD, and I thought he was an 87. I take it all back. I've had to get out my chair. He's in 73. I do apologise to Interchangex. He's not an umpty. I'm the numpty. He's still looking good though.
Position. She's gonna shoot the 5 and.
Yeah, I think it's set up for a minute or two. Get my eyes adjusted.
Don't want to hit it too hard. Yep, there we go. Well, he didn't make the 5, but it's gonna make it now.
Oh yeah, this is. I'm afraid this is match over. I mean, I don't think.
I don't think he wanted to roll quite that far. He's a little funny here. He'll play the.
This is a gimme every day.
Through, yeah,
a gimme. This match is over, folks. Take my word for it. There's no way LS3's going to win this now. That is way too far in the distance.
Well, she hasn't shown the ability to make really high runs here today, and she's going to need one. Yeah, she'll probably get back to the table, but she's going to need to. Well, it'd be what
this
is a funny number. He's going to have to play the carom here, or just shoot the 1, I guess.
Just the pot in the 1.
Going to shoot the 1.
I'll have a shot from. Well, depends where he wants to leave the cue ball, but he's looking from the 1-5. That'll do it. Now I would want to play this really gentle. I know I'm going to hit the 5, but I don't want to put the 1 ball dead. I want to have a shot off the 1 to the 3. You see, that is a clever shot. You see, there he's thinking. Right there and then he's thinking. He wants to keep the 1 ball in play there, so he's got a 1 to the 3.
Well, you want to keep them all down at this end too. I mean, this is.
Oh, he's missed the 1. He
missed the whole ball.
He's got the old cowboy trouble. You can't see the edges.
Wow. Look at that. He just lost all his points.
Yeah. That's the painful part about Cowboy.
That was brutal.
You know how people, you were talking about, you learn from your mistakes. Well, there he's just learned something there.
So if you don't hit a ball, it's a foul.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, just like any pool game. So that was brutal there. Oh my God!
I mean, just no sooner have I called the match in favour of Interchangex, but LS3's been given a lifeline.
Boy, he certainly did not want to do that at that point because he was on 90.
Yep. Oh, this ain't getting to the hole. I don't think LS3. You've got to make sure it gets to the hole. So that's the final result. Well, England will be, they'll be disappointed that they didn't dominate the match like they maybe thought they were going to, and they'll be happy with the point. They've got 4 points. They're in good shape. They're going to be odds on to beat Wales and get through. Wales will need a miracle result in that match.
Well, he's going to have to do it all over again, which has just got to be frustrating to do all that work and then lose them. Yeah,
but that again, that was just a very basic error by LS3, not actually making sure the 3 got to the hole. There's a chance gone. There's a possible 30-odd, 40-odd points gone there, maybe from that visit. We'll never know.
Well, this certainly is no gimme. And there's a scratch here, too, if he's not careful. Well, he made sure he didn't scratch, but he didn't make the ball either.
Well, here we go. This has got to be a contribution, LS3. You've got to put something on the board and keep it. As long as Interchangex isn't at the caroms, you've still got that slim chance. You've always got to be thinking positive that you can, the balls are there, the table's there, it's all there for you if you want it, and that's another basic mistake. I don't think that's going to count. No. So that was a fairly straightforward cut in the 3 and a fairly straightforward little carom, and that's 2 big chances to build up a score.
That's where he wanted the cue ball.
No, that ain't it.
Whoops.
It's a
he
block
ran
out.
That way too far. This is no good.
The old drop, but it hasn't found the line. Now here we go again. Here's your third chance, LS3.
Well, Interchangex is just struggling here. I think he lost those points and he's in a little bit of a funk. Needs to start bearing down and just forget about the lost points.
Get the 5 in the spot, come off the rail, back into the middle of the table, 5 to the 1. That'll do it.
You could shoot this 1 ball if you want, or the 5 ball I meant.
1's going in off the 3, which is a bonus.
Bonus ball.
The only thing now is you've got to get a recovery shot off the 3. Now again, the risk here is you're running the cue ball, but I think you've got to get down to either stay below the 1 or get up to the top side of the 3 when it spots. But it's still an easy carom from the 3 to the 5. Got to play the 3-5 carom. Get that 5 ball out of there.
And she's still hitting them real hard.
Yeah,
I mean, how many times does she have to go in off to realize you don't want to hit them that hard?
Now, once again, I would be potting the 3 and staying top side of the 3. I've got a 3 to the 5 carom from the top side. She's going the other way. And again, this is dodgy. I mean, the carom's there. Yeah, you just got to watch your pace, LS3. Don't say you haven't been warned.
Yeah, well, she's had a lot of problems with hitting them too hard.
Well, this is better.
That's nice and easy.
That's the sort of touch you need when you're playing that carom. If you've got the angle, then you need to do nothing else other than just hit it dead weight. Keep everything in play. Keep your options open. And don't start getting greedy. She's potted the 5. Her eyes were on the 3. You've got to get yourself back into it before you start getting over ambitious. Went for the greedy extra point.
You've got to make the ball right there. I mean, there's nothing wrong with going with extra point, but you got to make the ball.
See, doing that, she's probably taking her eye off the actual pot, doing it, thinking, I'll nudge this 3 while I'm at it and get the extra point. But as you say, you've got to make sure you're potting the ball first. The extra point is a bonus neither here nor there.
He's going to do it again here, right? I don't know. Why did he do that? I'm not sure why he didn't shoot the 5 and run into the 1. Maybe he thought he was on a carom because the table was still open. He could have shot the 5 on the side and caromed the 1. Yeah, he may be getting tired. Maybe he's got a little goofy after losing all those points because making mental mistakes here now that he wasn't making earlier in the match. And that was well done.
Oh, hang on a minute.
And this is going to be a little tough here.
Yeah,
I would bank the 1 ball, me personally. He's looking at the combo. I'd bank the 1. I think that's an easier shot if you know how to bank.
He's not trying to thin this down the rail, is he? I mean, it's off the rail.
Bank the 1 in the side pocket.
Is he looking at the bank?
He's looking to bank it in the corner pocket. Now, that's a way harder bank than the side pocket is. Way harder bank. I'm not saying it can't be made, but that's no gimme there.
I might go in off. Yeah. It tried.
I don't get that shot because the bank in the bank in the side pocket was pretty easy. That was a pretty hard shot that he tried.
Well, that'll still work. I mean, the 5 going in. Now this could nudge the 3 out. She's missed the 3, and that's probably not a bad thing to happen there because she's left herself. I think she can get the force follow in the 5. Yes, she can get the force follow through the 5 onto the 1.
Yeah, or play to the 3. The 3's a little risky because
again,
the 3 was a little risky just because you could scratch off the back of it.
Well, you notice what she did
there. Big ball.
You notice what she did there. She didn't trust her eye line to play the force follow. She went the force follow with loads of English to try and kick in behind the 1, and that wasn't the shot.
Yeah, anytime you start hitting the ball that hard and it's looping, that makes things a lot tougher to be accurate.
Now, I think Interchangex has got himself in a similar position, but this time he's too straight.
Well, you just got to make sure you're on the top side of the 3 ball here. You're just going to cut off this 5 into the long rail and just don't get underneath it.
Oh no!
See that was the wrong way to play it because
a brush in that edge there.
If he was a little less long, then he bounces off the rail, hits the back of the 3, and scratches.
Well, that's happening.
You need to get short of that 3 ball.
Happening all the time. If you do that, as soon as you hit that from the inside, you're going to scratch.
You got to be short of that 3 ball, and make sure you don't scratch.
Well, LS3 tried it again there.
Well, Interchangex is doing his best to make sure that she gets back in this match. I mean, this is when he should be putting this match away, and he's giving her way too many chances.
This is very much deja vu, like the last rack. It's going a similar way. LS3's having all these opportunities to put something together and get right in there in the mix. And I think she's failed every time because she's certainly not got herself right back into it. But
Interchangex just needs to settle down here.
20 odd to go for LS3. That's her first target.
As soon as you start thinking about winning or start thinking about your lost points or whatever, you're distracting yourself. You got to stay away from that thought train. Well, look at this. Wow. All right. Well, now is the time for him to just settle down. Not think about anything. Well, that was risky. You could have scratched her. I would never have played that just because you hit that 5 ball dead on and you're right in the pocket. I thought that was way too risky a shot.
Well, he's on 90 now, and it's unless he does something daft again.
Just thin the 5 ball here. I mean, you're close enough to it. It should be easy to just hit this real thin. Of course, that's what he tried last time. He missed the whole ball, so maybe he's a little afraid of that. Yeah. He went the other way, which I could understand after having that last experience.
See, I think that's where I'm a sucker at Cowboy because I don't learn from the 2 or 3 scratches I've already had in the match and lost. I keep doing the same thing.
Boy, he almost lost points right there.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Well, this is
see, this is where he's getting a little nursing action in here. He's not in the right spot here. It's that, but he can get the 5 to come back. Yeah,
get back into play.
This is what you want. Yeah. Just keep nursing him.
Well, rest assured, folks. Interchangex is definitely, he's putting his thought into what he's doing for the most part.
I think he'd play off the 3 ball here. Let's see what he does. I mean, I guess you're not going to get the 5 that close to the 1. I'd play off the 3 ball here. That's what he's going to do.
And he's now going to be running away if he's going 5 to 1, but it keeps him at the table.
Yeah, you just got to make sure you don't, get on the thin side of that.
once again, can he overcut the 5 and get to the 3? I think he can. Let's have a quick look around. No,
He can.
I think he might have to put a wee tiny bit of left on, does he not? Just to check it a bit off the...
no, you got to hit this real thin, but it's, this is a shot where, if you're not comfortable, maybe you don't shoot this. You could play off the 3 ball at the 1.
Yeah, he's got the line. I thought...
So you could have played 2 rails off the 3 at the 1 and not taken any kind of chance.
See, the mistake I would have made there, because I was convinced looking at that, I maybe needed a little tad of left to check the cue ball.
I'm not sure what he was doing there, but if he was going at the 5, that's the wrong shot, because you can knock that 5 into the side pocket and lose your points.
Well, it's another... What is she stuck on here? She's in 61. So
61.
Needs a run of
he's looking
37.
pretty good right now. Watch out. Watch out. Oh, boy.
Well, the only good news is
it couldn't go in the pocket. It was probably blocked. It looked like it could almost slip by and go in.
Still an open table.
Yeah, this is kind of getting into do or die mode here. And she's gonna have.
Yeah, she's lost it. She's lost it. I mean, that wasn't stroked in. That was hitting. It wasn't. It wasn't just a nice stroke.
It was kind of a stab. So
yeah,
he can just hit this 5 and stun into the 3 to get on 99. See what he's gonna do.
Well, I think if he does do that, he certainly should be putting the 3 ball in the right direction towards that 1 ball. And he should be home and dry. Oh, he skimmed off it. He's got it too thin. It might work though. He can do the force follow. Okay. And I don't think the bank's on. I think he can do the force follow. It doesn't look as if the bank is on. We shouldn't find out.
Yeah, he can certainly force follow this. I mean... The only issue is skimming off the 1 or something, or hitting the 1 directly in.
Well, now then, how's that for a finish? He's got the easiest out you're ever going to have in Cowboy, and it's a good solid win for Interchangex. This is always going to be a winner. So... well done to Interchangex. LS3, you had all your chances. I mean, who am I to talk? I mean, I'm the perfect example of not taking the chances and making an arse of it.
Albin says, never seen LS3 play this bad. Yeah, she might have had the best day.
You've never seen her playing Cowboy, Albin. That's the thing. I've never seen LS3 playing Cowboy.
But you got to hand it to Interchangex. I mean, he had some periods he was kind of dry, and he had some periods he didn't play that well, but the periods he was playing well looked really good.
Right, let's have a quick look at the schedule. We've got Cobra and Bedhead tomorrow night at 7 p.m. That clashes with the VP4 League night. We've got Slim against Brainfill out. That's going to be Sunday at 11 a.m. Well, the good news about that is I'll be at work, so I won't be there to stream that one. But I will be home on Sunday, and I'll be playing Bill on Sunday night at 5 p.m. or Sunday afternoon. You've got Fast Eddie against Mooncake at 6 p.m. So that starts an hour after my match starts, so I won't be streaming that one. And then you'll get Albinario Bankster at 7 p.m, 2 hours after my match starts. And then finally, you've got Spud Boy and Sylvia next Saturday. I think that is next Saturday. When's December the 3rd?
December 3rd. Yeah.
Right, quick look at the bracket, and if we look at, if we can find where the match was, where is it in the bracket? Interchangex is now waiting on the winner of Fast Eddie and Mooncake. Well, I'll say to Fast Eddie and Mooncake, you better be pretty good. I think Interchangex is going to be tough opposition. So that's the way the bracket looks. From the top to the bottom, we've got Dwight has gone through against Redback because he forfeited. We've got Jose and Bakermaker still to arrange. Remember, Jose's in Spain, Bakermaker's either in the States or Canada. Slim is through. to play Brainful Out. We've got Albinario and Bankster to play. We've got Crazy Cow waiting on that winner of that match, or VP Monster that is. We've got Acero through to round 2 to play Wanwa. That'll be a good match. We've got Tommy to play Mr. Fox. That'll be a good match.
Albin's asking about Semi forfeited. Yeah, you'll have to ask Semi about that because
only he knows.
We can't tell you any kind of story that puts him in a bad light, or we're going to be labeled a troll.
Yeah, Cobra plays Bedhead. We've got Irby through to round 2 to play the winner of that match. So again, that's Irby's good at English billiards, and he's not bad at Cowboy either. So it's going to be a tough match.
I agree. You were a little bit too much up and down, but when you were up, it was really good. If you can just get a little more consistent, you're going to be a contender in this thing.
Well, just all you have to do when you come out from a match like that where you've won 3-1 and you don't think you played great, well, you know you can play better, in the next one. Look on the bright side. But the one thing is you'll be either playing Fast Eddie or Mooncake, and again there, I know Fast Eddie's played a bit of Cowboy, so he's got a good idea of what he's doing. Not sure about Mooncake. We've got Tornado Tam through to play Woody. That'll be a good match. So that takes care of the updated fixtures and the bracket. Friday night 9-ball, let's have a quick look at that. See where we've got to. How's Spectre Dawn doing? Is he already through? Well, Spectre Dawn, in fact, Bill has gone through to tonight's final. He's beaten Spectre Dawn 7 ranks to 2. So Spectre Dawn's going to have to do it from the one-loss side. But he's waiting on the match between Eloquenti and DJ Redo. I don't think that started that match yet. At least it's not shown in the bracket. Let's have a quick look. The little doodah button isn't appearing. Let me do a quick refresh, see if that'll update it. There we go.
There, it just started.
What is it? A scratch match? Yeah. So, where's these guys from? Eloquenti's from Antarctica. Well, that leaves a lot to be have a bit of doubt about his whereabouts. And DJ Rudu's from Germany, according to that.
Well, it's good to see some different names getting down to the end of Friday night 9-ball. Bill sure played a lot of good pool this year. I mean, he's had some stretches where he really played well.
Well, he's done well to get to the final, but I'm sure Spectre Dawn will be out for revenge. I don't have much doubt about that.
Yeah, there's a good chance it'll be those two again in the final, but you never know. I mean, Spectre Dawn's still got to win another match.
Well, the one surefire thing is that whoever he ends up playing, he's going to be given a reasonable enough handicap to them, and plus it's only a race to 4, so
Well, the guys want you to look at the Cowboy stats.
Oh, the stats. Hang on a minute.
That took a second to register, but
where are we? Right. So what do we want to look at? Common stats. It doesn't really tell you a lot, does it? Shot percentage, is that what we want to look at? Mr. Fox an 84.8, Semi-Pro 83.5, Bill an 83.7, Slim 82.3, Interchangex 81.7, Tommy on 80, Crazy Cow down at 79, Larry 78, Irby 76, LS3 76, 9ball.com 76. That's not good enough. Points scored, yeah. I'm down at, what am I down at, 2.9 or something, or 3.1.
Those aren't the points. Those are shots made per turn.
Oh,
So
points per turn.
It's actually a lot more than that in points. That's how many successful shots you made per turn.
Oh, right. Now, I think most people have still only played one match in this, haven't they? By the look of that. Well, not when you look at that. Mark Sharp's, he's got 5 games. Oh no, wait a minute. He's played. Right, I've got it now. He's played 8 games and won 5. So the stats here are including all the matches. So some of them are a wee bit misleading, maybe, as far as that goes, and the amount of games that have been played. Cowboy stats, Carom points. Let's have a look. Mark Sharp. Again, these will be false according to the amount of matches you've played. Moneyball shot. Well, Mark Sharp's had 5 Moneyball shot. He's 100%. That's pretty good in Cowboy. So It is. I mean, that is very good. In fact, looking at that, he's semi-pro has had 1 shot and had 1. Who else? Bill's had 1 and 1. Where the hell am I in this thing? I don't even register. Oh, there I am. I'm up there. I've had 3 and had 2. Yeah, I mean there's not an awful lot of the other stats to be taken about that, but the 100%ers are up the top there. So you've got Bill, Larry, Mark Sharp, semi-pro at the top. Carom points, Moneyballs made. Direct points. Let's see at the direct points. Oh, well, look at me. I'm second. I'm second in the list for direct points. Way short in the Carom points though. Moneyball. Oh, that's the same thing. So that's the stats. I don't think there's anything else to be read from it, is there? And that's the shot percentage. Let's look at that. I did look at that, didn't I? Yes, we did. Right, yep. So we've seen enough of that. Get back to this bracket. Now, where have we got to here? Well, Eloquenti's left the cut in the 9 to square the match.
All right, Hugh, I'm going to let you finish this out. I've got things I need to go do.
Yeah, I think I might go to bed as well because I'm really tired. Well, thanks for joining us, Steve.
Yep. And, I'll be in some this weekend. We'll see what I can do.
Go and finish your other bottle of Cabernet Sauvignon.
Yeah, no, we're not doing wine tonight. All right, well, thanks, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Congrats to Interchangex.
Yep. Good night. Take care.
Yeah, good night, all.
See you later, Steve. So we've got, 3 matches left in this. We've got this one here. We've got the one lost side final to follow this. And then we have the final. I'm going to be back in a minute because I'm just going to turn the heating off. Just be 2 seconds while I do that. Right, good night, Brainful Out. He's probably gone. I don't know when he said that, but I've just got back. So 1 rack all. Now this has got to be played with a bit of English to go outside, and he's overcut the 6. Well, it's not easy, and it certainly isn't easy. It's far easier to go off that left side of the 6 and try and get down amongst the 7, 8, and 9 here. Well, Rotor Monkey, you're late to the party because you've missed all the action. We've just finished watching the match between Interchangex and LS3. Interchangex, a fairly comfortable winner in the end by 3 racks to 1. And now through to round 2. So we're watching the end of Friday Night 9 Ball. Bill is already in the final, and these two guys are playing to see who plays Spectre Dawn in the semi-final. Well, there are. Well, we'll see this. We'll see this. This out here. Let's have a look. He's going to the point. Going to the point. Didn't read the angle. Oh, if I look at that Cowboy schedule for you now, none of them want to pot the ball. Well, one of them will pot the ball eventually. Let's just go back and we'll show you if I can get the thing to what that is. We've got matches tomorrow, which would be about 2 PM Eastern Time, 7 PM GMT. We've got the big match between Cobra and Bedhead tomorrow night. I'll be there for that one. We've got one Pocket Slim and Brain Fill Out on Sunday morning. I won't be there for that. In fact, that is really early Sunday morning my time. That's got to be at least 6 AM for Slim. So I don't know what the hell he's doing up at that time in the morning. And then we've got myself against Bill on the one lost side on Sunday afternoon. That'll be noon Eastern Time, 5 PM GMT. And Fast Eddie and Mooncake an hour later. And then an hour later after that, we've got Albinario Bankster. We've got Spudboy and Sylvia next week. So that's how the Cowboy tournament is set up. And I'm going the wrong direction. I'm trying to get to Friday Night 9 Ball. And we'll just confirm that Spectre Dawn lies in wait for one of these two guys. Bill's already in the final. Right. What are you doing up at that time, Slim? That's a crazy time to be out your bed. Right, we've got a monkey and we've got a monkey and a pig in the house. Well, I think it is going to be very, very difficult to call who's going to win this Cowboy World Championship. I mean, very, very difficult. I mean, I thought I could be competitive, and then I rapidly found out that I'm not going to be. I mean, maybe I've had a bad day. You know, it's got to be a bad day when you're 2-0 up, you lose 3-2, and you play crap. So it can only get better. But I'm not that confident. Well, I'll make my excuse right now, Slim. Here's my excuse, right? And I can tell you how it's going to go, because Sunday I'll be working till 2 PM. By the time I get home, it's going to be about 2:40 in the afternoon. So I'll get home and I'll have something to eat, because I'll have had nothing to eat since 9 o'clock in the morning. And by the time I've had something to eat, it'll be about probably almost 4 p.m. I might have a quick nap round about that time as well, maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and then I'll come in to play my match, and I'll fall asleep during the match again. That's exactly what will happen. Well, that's the plan, Slim. I'd much rather be streaming the matches. I mean, I went in the tournament to make up the numbers, and really because it's the only game that I play where that I feel that I can be a little bit competitive if I keep my eyes open. And it's because I enjoy it as well. It's another reason. I don't enjoy playing games that I used to be half decent at, and I can't get in the mix at all now. You've just got to know your limitations, and I think I've been told that often enough in my own mind. Well, here's a little test with the jump stick. Yep. Back to the drawing board with that one. So ball in hand for DJ Redo, and looking to be through to play Spectre Dawn from this visit. When did I run 90? Are you talking to me, Slim? I never ran 90 in that match. 65. Oh no, I ran 91 in that. I mean, in hand on heart, that was the first time I've done any cowboy practice, and there was no cheating or anything involved. I ran 90, but I wasn't. You know why I ran 90? Because I wasn't even thinking. You know, the problem when you're playing in a match is you start thinking. Everybody's at fault for that. You know, your brain's working overtime. And in that practice match, you know, I was just straight on to the next shot. No real thought involved at all until I started thinking. You know, the only time I thought was when I was playing that final shot, and I put left English on the cue ball to get that carom and made an arse of it and missed it. It was pretty much a sitter if I'd played it right. And I might have, who knows? I might have got to 100. That's the great thing about it. Nobody will know. We'll never know. Well, in the meantime, DJ Redo can't get himself out, and he might pay the price of it. But then again, well, this isn't a gimme. The way this is finished, he needs to watch the cue ball. If he's got to cut this firm enough to get the ball to the hole. So he's putting drag on the cue ball, and that will work. So DJ Redo is through. He'll be getting some sort of handicap. I'm guessing he might be getting last two. I'm going to plump and stick my neck out and say he's going to get last two against Spectre Dawn. Let's see if I'm proved right. And we will have confirmation. It's DJ Redo against Spectre Dawn. And Bill has had a nice little interlude. I'll say that again. A nice little interlude. A coffee break or whatever he wants. And possibly a bathroom break as well. So the room is up. We'll get in. So is anybody place their bets on what the handicap's going to be? I'll stick with last two. It could be the 8. It could be the 8 ball. Might be that. It might be a bit tighter in giving him the 8 ball, but it could be generous and give him the last two. Slim's going for the 7 ball. I don't even know what rate Spectre Dawn's at. He must be about 2,300 or something, or thereabouts. Well, he's hanging about getting in. I mean, the sooner you get in, the sooner you get the game over and we get the tournament finished. And I get to bed. See, if he's 2,300, I would definitely stick my neck out and say he's getting the last two. I'll put a VP dollar on it that he gets last two there. That's how confident I am. He's getting the 7 ball. You're right enough, Slim. So, DJ Redo on the right. Well, that's not going to make it. If that's Spectre Dawn's lag, that was the worst lag we've seen tonight. Bear in mind, we've seen a few. Or maybe he's got a plan. Well, 1 ball has got in, and a shot in the 2, and they're all there. Oh no, they aren't. I thought that was the cue ball that's up there. It's a 9 ball again. I'm lying back in my chair, so that's my excuse. And he's looking for the push. Well, if he's going to push up the table, that was not the best push in the world. I mean, that is asking for trouble. That was come to the table and I'll set you up the 2 ball shot, that one. And this is the type of challenge that Spectre Dawn gets all too often. I mean, he's the wrong side of the 3, but there's no way he's not going to have a shot in the 4. And the 6 ball comfortably goes past the 9 as long as you can get into the gap between the 7 and the 9 and play the cut. So Spectre Dawn, I would think, depending on the angle, might go behind the 5, come out the other side. I don't know whether he's... Yeah, it looks as if he's doing that. I might be reading him wrong. He might be going forward. Yeah, just checking it up. So now this is the little judge a pace shot to get up past the middle pocket, middle of the table possibly, just to play the cut. I don't know whether the 7 goes past the 8 into the side. Well, it does, so that makes it even more simple. But he's got to get the pace in the cut though. He could end up playing the 7 ball into the bottom corner pocket depending where the cue ball ends up. Yeah, well, I mean, the cut is still on into the top right, because if he does that, he's coming over and around to the cue ball for the 8 on this side anyway. He looks as if he's going the other corner. Yeah, well, yeah. And right in the heart of the pocket. Good evening to Popman. Late to the party again. Well, if you're late joining us, we weren't here for Friday night 9 ball tonight. We were here for the match between LS3 and Interchangex. Interchangex ran out the winner by 3 racks to 1. And he's fairly impressive, shall we say, to be a strong contender in the tournament. He's got nothing to fear. LS3 just had the same problem that I have a lot of problems of, and that's not scoring enough once you get in. Had loads of opportunities, but wasn't scoring heavily enough. The same old story. I could tell you hundreds of stories like that in Cowboy. But you know that could be her bad match. You know, everything else after that might fall into place. Yeah, there was a wee footy match on. I was getting updates on it, and by all accounts, USA were were a bit more impressive than England. Now, how does Potman see it? Is Potman going to be honest enough to call it as he saw it? I think the USA held their own, from what I was told. But at the end of the day, the result isn't bad for England. It's a good enough result. You know, it gives them 4 points. They're in a strong position, and looking at the way Wales played today, I don't think England have anything to fear against Wales. They'll be far too good for Wales. Yeah, the USA team's no mugs, you know. But Wales were really shockingly poor. They weren't that good in their first match either, to be honest with you. But today they were really poor. I mean, they're essentially a one-man team, if you look at it. But they couldn't. The main problem is they couldn't get any. There was no hint of any supply going to Gareth Bale. Nothing, none whatsoever. And you look at the way the Iranians were playing. I mean, they were up for it, and they were so unlucky. I mean, they cracked the post, and then like 3 seconds later, they cracked the other post, and you just know that it's on the cards that they're going to get a goal sooner or later. And then, of course, the nightmare happened, and then their goalie most certainly was always going to get sent off. Once the referee went to look at that TV screen, you knew fine well he was never going to survive that. The guy was like 6 foot off the ground, almost knocked the guy's head off if the guy's head was in the wrong place at that particular point. It was more than dangerous play. It was a virtual assault. He totally mistimed his jump to try and kick the ball, get in between the player and the ball. And he probably knew that when he was in mid-air about to make the attempt. So we're 1 rack all, race to 4. Yeah, they were playing. Were they not playing the Netherlands? What was the final score in that game? What was it? The Netherlands? They were up 1-0 when I saw it. Or was it 1-1? Well, that's still a good result. A draw is far better than nothing at all. I mean, the group stage is cutthroat in the World Cup. It always has been, and it always will be. It's really cutthroat. You've just got to get that first win and get 3 points in the bag. And England have done that, so they've got no worries. I think if I was an English supporter just now, I'd be laughing up my sleeve at Germany because they're sweating, and there's more than them sweating for their next match. Brazilians got their win. They'll work their way through it. They're always going to be in the mix. Did Argentina not lose as well? They lost. Now, Argentina, Germany, form horses in terms of the World Cup. Multiple winners of the World Cup, and they've lost their first matches. So it's going to be a hard slog in their second matches, and it'll be well worth watching them. So this 5 ball, I think, is blocked off. Yeah, he's good for the cut. And that's a good shot. That's well done. Well, this should be a good little run out here. But it's going to be so tough for DJ Rideau. And how many opportunities he's going to need, because he's not going to get many opportunities. That's always the problem. I think that 8 ball's just off the rail. That's fine. So Spectre Dawn takes the lead, control of the table. Couple of balls into the side. Oh, that 9 ball's just going to block him off. Now I've had something come through my phone there. Was that Tony Sam? No, it's not. I'm sure he'll get back to me at some point and tell me what he's done with his VP4. Well, I put the background on. Don't ever stream VP4 with the background off. I mean, it it just looks horrible. But as I say, if you've got 2 monitors and you're going to tab out, the stream is always going to freeze because your desktop is now focused on the desktop rather than the game. Well, that's going to be ball in hand for DJ Reader. I'm not exactly sure what Spectre Dawn's thinking is here because DJ Reader's looking at banging the 9 ball in or going for 3 fouls by the look of it. That's a good shot. Well, the other thing is, Slim, if you're an OBS, then you want to look at maybe... oh, hang on a sec. He's got the jump, he stayed in the tail. You might look at... well, you can have it the way it is, where it's just plain and nothing at all, or you can put... crap on the screen like I do. That depends on how much you want to tweak about and mess about. The one thing I would say about OBS is if you need any tutorials, there are thousands of tutorials on YouTube. Thousands of them. So if there's anything that you're not sure about, it is on YouTube. I can guarantee that. There's loads and loads of guys have done videos with tweaks and tips for OBS. I don't like OBS because when it's on my second monitor, the actual monitor screen for OBS is so small, it's very difficult to see at my second monitor. I prefer XSplit for that. But I also prefer XSplit Gamecaster, the old one. You can't get the old one because it's now free. But they brought out a newer version which is nothing like the one I use, and it doesn't have the little doodle which I like for VP4. It doesn't have the options to put the lines in the screen. And the only other thing you could do then is, Slim, is get yourself into Discord and get into the commentary booth and join Steve in the commentary booth. So DJ Redo is going to square the match. Well, as long as you've got the Discord app, have you got the Discord app? You're not going to the Discord website. Did you download the Discord app? Because if you did, then I can send an invite, and then you would have exclusivity in the commentary booth in VP4 TV. No, what I'm talking about is I made the mistake when I first set up Discord. I actually done it on the website. You see, you can go to the Discord website and actually have it like and use Discord in the browser, if you know what I mean. But there's also the Discord app that you download to your PC. So if you've got the app, that's the thing to stick with. Don't ever use the Discord online browser thing. It's crap. It's the same thing, but it's not. It makes it complicated, and I had a lot of bother with that. So then I worked out to download the app and use that. Well, all the guys that give you hints and tips on YouTube for gaming, you've got to get you've got to have an ident, have your own logo and all of that sort of stuff. So mine was simple. Mine was VP4 TV. I mean, I had that a while back, and then I dropped it, and then I've got it back. Well, the thing is OBS is set up automatically. It will set a default bandwidth that your net connection is up to. It judges what your net connection is, what your bandwidth is, and looking at the video is fine. So you don't want to try and fix something that ain't broken. Do you see what I mean? So you leave it well alone. It's fine as it is. It's whether you want to tart up your on-screen display that's up to you. I mean, whether you want to start putting titles and stuff on the screen and cluttering it up like I do. I mean, I started off, when I started off streaming, I started off with XSplit Gamecaster, what I've got here. And I've had this for a long time. I bought a lifetime license for it. I've got XSplit Broadcaster, which is the one that's the more substantial thing that allows you to add all your different scenes. That just takes time to set up. It's just the same thing. OBS is just a free version of what XSplit Broadcaster is. Gamecaster that I'm using right now with the on-screen chat is for single-use PCs. People that don't have second monitors. That was the original design of it, and then they went way off the track, and they sort of went down the OBS route, and they brought out a new version of Gamecaster, which is absolutely useless for me, especially for VP4, because I like to have the on-screen lines, which you can do on your single monitor. It's brilliant for that, and it's perfect for VP4. But it just allows you to stream. It only allows you to put one title on the screen, one picture. It only allows me to put one URL in, which is the URL for my on-screen chat that you see on the right-hand side. So it's simple. It's a simple piece of software for streaming, and it works perfectly well. But you can't get it anymore because it's no longer supported because they brought out the new version. But as I say, I started off simple. And while we've been rabbiting away, Spectrodon, as expected, has gone through 4 racks to 2 against DJ Redo. But DJ Redo got himself in the money, which is what matters. I always set the rule. If you come out of the tournament with more money than what you went in, you've still come out a winner. So it's been a good night for DJ Redo. And meanwhile, Spectre Dawn may well be off for a bathroom break or something, but it's going to be Bill and Spectre Dawn in tonight's final. And it's going to be a quicker tournament this week because it's just gone 10 minutes to 10. And it'll be a race to 9. I think I've had a YouTube account since 2007 or 2008. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, I did say it earlier, but if you've got a Twitch account and you've also got a YouTube account, or if you've got a channel in both of them, then it is very easy for you to set up so that you're multi-streaming to 2 channels at the same time. That way you can get more viewers, especially when some people stay on YouTube. Some people prefer to be on Twitch, and Restream allows you to do that. It doesn't cost you a penny, although they want you to choose a premium account to get more channels and stuff. So here we go, lag for the break, Bill on the right, Spectre Dawn on the left. And, well, look at that. Bill's getting last 2. So, what you'd need to give me, Slim, is you'd need to give me your Discord name. It'll be your name plus a number, or a hashtag and a number after it, or whatever the hell it is. We'll do that. We'll do that some other day. Well, I'm looking at the difference between the two of them here. What is there? There's I can't count. Is that like 78, or what's the difference between the two of them? 78. Is my arithmetic gone? Or 72? I haven't a clue. I can't count at the best of times. But anyway, getting the last 2 seems a bit generous. Yeah, well that'll be one reason Bill sent Spectre Dawn to the 1-loss side. Beat him 7-2 in that first match they played. I'll get my phone and I'll put that in my phone. In fact, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll take a picture of it rather than writing anything down. I'll just take a little picture of that, and we'll just get that right now. Yeah, that'll do it. I've got it on the phone. Right. I'll do that. If I remember, I'll do it tomorrow. Well, Bill better get ready to pounce here. Spectre Dawn's blocked himself out in the 6. Going to be a long jump, but it does go. And he hasn't quite got the line. Well, Bill, ready to snaffle this up. I think he wants to go around 2-3 rails here. I think that's the safest route. No, he looks as if he's just going to kill it and come out. Again, if you're confident in your stroke, that's how you play it. If you want to play it the safe side, I'd have went round 3 rails because I wouldn't have been confident enough to play that. But it's 1-0 to Bill. Well, any time Spectre Dawn gets himself in trouble at that, and Bill's coming to the table, he's going to be an odds-on certainty to get to those last 2. Now, is that 2-4 dead set? No, it isn't. So there's problems ahead. Whoever gets the one. And Bill going for distance. Spectre Dawn may well leave this one ball on if he's going to try and come back down the table with the cue ball, and if he doesn't get, even if he gets covered behind a ball, Bill will still jump it. You know that's going to come. And he's going the other way. And of course, with the 2 ball being as it is, Bill's probably just looking for some sort of half decent safety once he pots the 1. He knows the 4 doesn't go. 4's going well into the rail. Well, just to bore whoever's still watching, oh, where's the cue ball going? I haven't been playing Euro Truck for a while, but I actually went back from the latest version of the game to the previous version of it, so that I could download the harsh Russian map. I've got it installed again, and it's working. And I'm right at the moment, I'm on a 300-mile trip. Remember, that's a big 1-to-1 scale map, so I've just started a 300-mile trip. I might do a boring stream on that when I'm doing nothing else. The toughest map that you can drive on in Euro Truck, not in VP4. And always, well, in this case it's a bootleg version because the guy is Russian and he charges money for it. I did buy it off him once, but the one I've got is a stolen version, or a hacked version. Good evening to Spud Boy. He's still awake. Well, Spectre Dawn is going to be off the mark here. He's just got to drop behind that 8-ball, unless he's trying to nudge it out and do something clever. No, he's just keeping it sensible. I'll have a quick drink. So just remember, there's a good match in the Cowboy tomorrow night or tomorrow afternoon, depending where you are in the world. It clashes with the VP4 League night tomorrow night. I think what match was it? Was it the match between Cobra and Bedhead? I've totally forgotten. My brain's half gone. Yeah, well, it might only be 4 PM where you are, but it's 10 PM where I am, and it's 2 hours past my bedtime, as usual. So Bill, off and running. Straight 2-ball. Now, is he looking to see whether this is straight enough to hold for the 3-9? I can't be bothered getting out my chair to actually go up and look at the line. It might not be quite straight enough. Yeah, it isn't. And he's overhit it. Or he's trying to get down to take the 3 into the side when he hasn't got there. I'm not sure what he was trying. He might have been trying to get it in the side past the 5-ball. Is he convinced himself he can... Let's have a look. No, he's not cutting that in. Trying to bank it, trying to billiard the 9 at the same time. And I think Bill can be rest assured that he's played his last shot in this rack. Well, the only match I haven't added to the playlist is the one that we had tonight between LS3 and Interchangex, but I do have a new VP4 2022 Cowboy World Championship playlist on my YouTube channel. So all the matches that I do manage to stream, I'm going to miss a few of them, especially maybe later into the tournament because of Christmas approaching and the hours that I'll be working. Now, let's have a look. I think he can just dink off this 7, miss the 8. Yeah, all comfortable. 2-1 lead for Spectre Dawn. Well, Fast Eddie said he's done streaming because he was trying to offer some help for my XSplit broadcaster. I don't know what the hell's up with it as to why some of the audio is not playing. That's why I've dropped it for this tournament. Plus the fact with Cowboy and looking for lines for shots and stuff, I like to use my lines on screen occasionally. And Spectre Dawn getting the 2 ball in the break. And he's off and running here. He might be on a roll. Because again, the only problem ball is the 6 ball. And if he can get up high enough on this 5 ball, he should be able to drop into the gap. Now, let's have a quick check and see if that's the possibility. Well, it isn't now, so I think he's going to have to maybe get a line for the combo. Unless he's trying to do something where he's drawn to the rail and coming back across and missing the 7 ball to take this 6 ball into this corner. We'll soon find out. I think he might be taking his medicine here. Well, he might have actually tried to bump that, but he can actually play a billiard as well. I think the billiard looks as if it's got every chance, although the way I don't think he's quite set himself yet. But I think he's had a quick look at the billiard. He hasn't judged it. So Bill has his chance. And he's not got there, he's overcut it. And that is it. Definitely gone this time, is it? If he can thin the 6 in. In fact, that looks awful thin. Really thin. Yep, and that's the problem with running loose. So this time, definitely 100% no doubt, Bill is squaring the match. Good evening to Spectre. And I think Bill's dry. And what's more, Spectre Dawn immediately has a shot in the 1. And dare I say it, they're all there. They've all got a pocket, one way or another. Now is he going forward and out or in behind the 8 ball? It's forward and out, up high and up on the 2, and that's pretty good. Now, ideally he wants to get reasonably straight in this 3 ball so that he's just rolling through but for the 4 down to that top right hand pocket, and that'll work. He's going away from the 4 slightly, but I think he can still kill the cue ball and go to the rail and come out. It shouldn't be a problem. He just doesn't want to be running into the 9. He wants to have the 4 ball plain, and that will do it. Oh, the yawning started big time as well. I'm really on my last legs here. Slim isn't. He's signed up for the 9 ball high rollers. He's looking for any gullible people to join him. Stubbs gone very quiet since that last big tourney. That's That's humbled him again. Well, it's blow for blow here at the moment. Spectrodon back into the lead. Bill getting the last two. So either player's just looking for a wee bit of momentum to open a gap. But nothing has gone again here. And this is a good shot to pot that two up top. The only thing that can go wrong is hooking himself behind the 9 if he hit it too hard. He's actually fell way, way short. And this is not where Bill intended to be. And the two pots. Just a little drop through. I don't know how far he can get through where he's still got a reasonable shot in this 3. Yeah, you see he's come way out into the table. But in doing that, he should be able to cut the 3 and avoid the 5. And also try and avoid the 4. Like that, that's fine. Well, now he's good. And he's good for a 2-rack lead here. Well, again, it's the simple rules of the game. You've got to have an angle on this 8 ball, however good or bad an angle it is. And that's good enough to go 3 rails. I don't know that it's wise to be coming back across the table. The side pocket comes in play, and that's the route to go. The 3 railer, or the 4 railer in this case. And there is daylight now, 4 racks to 2. Bill's always getting that little bit of encouragement from the dry break from Spectrodon, and this time he's got a shot in the 1. The only problem now is the area that he can get in this 2 ball, and he's just got there and no more. I think he can catch enough of it. Yeah, just had to spin it. Now he's got to finish. A nice little kiss in the 3 has done him no harm. Bill looking for a quick response. So last 2 is going to be the 7 and 9 ball. So 7 ball is the target. Going a wee bit. Well, he's managed to hold it. Hold the line for the 6. Now is he looking to go into the gap between the 8, between the 7 and the 9? Oh, he's way short, is he? Oh, he's got the spin working. I thought he was going to drop dead there, but he had a little tweak on that cue ball just to help it through. And back to within 1. Was that the 8 ball he potted there, or was it the 7? I can't remember. My eyes have gone. I thought the last two was a 7 and a 9. To be quite honest with you, I don't care at this time. I just want to get to bed. And poor old Bill gets the rack, gets the break, and gets nothing for it. Dry again, and also again Spectre Dawn has a shot. Well, there's nothing needs to be bumped in this corner, I don't think. I think the 5 ball, well, the 5 ball's fine, and the 4 ball is also fine. It'll run past the 5, so there's nothing needs to be touched here. Just needs to run out. Well, it certainly wasn't that great, the fact that it ended 0-0, but England will be the happier of the two. They've got their 4 points in the bag, and they should be favourites against Wales to seal the deal, get through to the knockout stages. And then it's USA versus Iran, isn't it? Well, Iran, that match between USA and Iran will be worth watching, I can guarantee that. The way Iran played today, they were hungry for a victory. I think that'll be a good battle between them two. I think it might be one of the most interesting matches to watch in these final qualifying matches, or the final group matches. Yeah, I hope it's on at a time I can watch it. Well, not. I mean, if it's a 7 o'clock kickoff my time, that's fine. Or even if it's 5 o'clock in the afternoon, I can deal with that as well. I'll definitely want to see it. I definitely want to watch that one. Oh, it's not got the legs, went to the rail too soon. So Spectre Dawn has that 2-rack lead. Well, as you American guys call it, we're talking soccer here. Or as we say in Scotland, FITBA. FITBA, FITBA. We're talking World Cup soccer. Well, I think the 3 ball is wide open here. I think he can get to it clean enough. See, you've got all these American guys here. They couldn't give a shit about how their USA team's doing in the World Cup, and they're in a very good match between them and Iran that's lined up as their last match. Unless it's got big burly guys with crash helmets on, the Americans aren't interested really. Americans still can't accept the fact that a match can end in a draw. Well, he's going for the nudge, and that will work. That will work very handily. Now, how much of this 8 ball is he going to take when he pots this 7? That's the question. And is he going to brush through off it and still have a shot? Because he could end up brushing through off the 8 and being hooked behind the 9. Oh no, he's going. It looks as if he's going behind the 8. The way he's cutting this. Let's get behind it and see what the shot looks like. Yeah, he's certainly not going to hook himself. He's played for the little nudge in the 8, and he hasn't nudged it enough. It doesn't go. Well, it doesn't go up the rail, and it doesn't go into that corner either. So it would be a very thin feather edge in this 8 ball just to try and brush. Well, he's gone for it on the side. He's gone all out, and that was an all or nothing shot. In this case, it's going to be nothing. Bill's going to be back to within 1. Just the 8 ball required. Yeah, the USA does have a pretty decent football team. That's why this final group match is mouth-watering to watch between them and Iran. The two of them will have a chance to get through to the knockout stages. So this time, Bill's had a couple of balls in the break. He's got a shot in the 1. He's looking good to square the match here. Really good. Well, I think he was doing his best there to get himself really in the mire. And this could end up ugly, and it has done. He was always going to collide with that 9 ball. And now he doesn't want to follow the 5 in. And he's caught it and pushed it to the rail. But he might have got away with it. He has done. Now how does Spectre Dawn keep this safe? Because this is just going to bump into the. I thought he was going to bump it into the 9. Bill's trying to sneak in the gap. No, he's playing the reverse bank. He's going all out as well. And well, let's just settle for the fact the 5 doesn't go. It's way too tight. He's playing the billiard onto the 9. And this time it was a lot easier. So Bill's chance there came and went so quickly as the hiccups kick in. So 6-4 lead, race to 9. What went there? The 8 ball has gone. Chance to overcut the 1 in behind the 9 and send it to the top rail, the short rail on the top, and get the cue ball to duck down the table here. But I don't think Spectre Dawn's got that in mind. Nope, he's went all out for the cut. And Bill's got to be thinking about locking this away for Spectre Dawn and put him in trouble. He's got a line of balls to use for cover here. And well, it's not going to be difficult to hit. What's difficult is knowing what the outcome's going to be. I think Spectre Dawn's got to cut across the left side of the 1 so that he's not putting into the open space on the left side of the table. He's cutting it down the right like that and hoping he maybe gets a roll of the ball. Well, unfortunately, he's scratched. And Bill has the chance to nick one of those racks back. Well, this time around, it's going to be the only problem is really not only getting on the 5, but getting on the 5 in such a way that he can at least get the cue ball manoeuvred and have a shot on the 4 ball and get a shot on the 5. So the angle he's got in the 4 is fine. If he wants to run 1, 2, 3 and possibly 4 rails down to here. Now, has that got the legs? He's a bit short. In fact, he's a good foot short. He wanted to be sort of there. But he's still got the cut. Now he's not getting into it again. And that's another chance come and gone. And I think, well, the fact that we're 3 hours and, 25 or 3 hours and 20 odd minutes into the tournament, the fatigue starts to set in. Because you're sitting around for 3.5 hours trying to concentrate. And Bill's had 2 racks that have gone astray where he's been in and had the chance. And now he's gone to a 3-rack deficit, first time in the match. But running out of racks, Bill. And the 4 ball goes in. Spectre Dawn sitting plumb on the 1 ball. 2 ball not a problem. Everything's there. And Spectre Dawn is going to be on the hill within the next 2 minutes. You can pretty much guarantee that. The only thing about the 3 ball is can he hit the 3 and bump the knuckle? Yes, he can. He's fine. He's not going to scratch. Well, it's a long tournament, but it's not as long as last week's. It was 4.25 hours. So it was. It's going to be a bit shorter than that. This is actually one of the quicker ones. We're still short of 3.5 hours. But if Spectre Dawn keeps up this pace, it won't be much longer than 3.5 hours. I know that. I think he's got himself hooked in the 7 though. Well, that's taking care of that problem. Nice little jump. Blind pocket cut in the 8 ball. But if he's going to play it dead weight to pot it, he's going on the short side of the 9 on the right hand side of the table. He could be going with pace to come around it out. And that's perfect. So it's a long road back for Bill. But he might already have played his last shot. He might not get to see a ball again. If Spectre Dawn can dish up with this break, get a ball and a shot and take care of business. This time I think it is dry, and these balls are spread very nicely. And what's more, for Bill, he has got a 1-9 combo, or he can pot the 1 and go for the run out. What does he want to risk? And he's not lined it up. I think he went for that too quickly there. He didn't get himself really set. And that was a good chance. And the only thing is he hasn't left it really easy for Spectre Dawn. It's a thin cutback, this one. But there's a fair chance, though, that if he gets it, he'll have some sort of sight in the 2, you would think. Well, he's decided he's not taking a risk, trying to wait in a better opportunity, and I think he's got the cover. Although Bill fancies jumping over the edge of this 7 and 3 to pot the 1. And that's a good shot. And he's also got that cue ball right in the heart of the table. Nicely on the 2. Drop the 3 in. Or does he want to run the cue ball? He's running it to get below the 4. This needs to squeak out behind that 6. Now this is dangerous because the line in this 4 ball, I think he's just running forward. He didn't want to do any stunning into the rail. Now has he got enough angle to work with there? He's going to have to force this a bit. And now we're running loose. And Bill's struggled in a couple of these cuts into the corners in this match. Been pushing him to the rail too soon. And this time he's got the line. So remember, Bill's last 2, so he only needs to pot the 7 and then cut that 8, and he's at least got another rack under his belt. But he needs to keep breaking well and running out between now and the end of the match if he's going to get in and out of it. Tall order. Bill still trailing by 3. Wants a ball and a shot. Ain't happening. And well, I think it's there's a nice cluster of balls to try and hide behind here for Spectre Dawn. Now what's he trying to do? Is he trying to cut this back and run the cue ball to come down and play the 2-9? What's he thinking about here? Well, there's one thing that's certain this time. Spectre Dawn is not going to have a clear shot in a minute. But Bill's got to get a ball to rail. What's more though, he's just tweaked out behind the 5 and he hasn't got the snooker. And Spectre Dawn, if he can get this thin enough, will have Bill in trouble. And he had surely obliged. Oh, I thought it was going to get kicked in off that 6 ball there. Now the 6 ball is in the mix. And that's created a problem. Spectre Dawn will have no problem jumping this. It's a question of whether he's going to stay in the table. These are always dangerous to keep that cue ball from bouncing on the floor, but that'll do it. Now what do? 2 ball tight in the top rail, looking for cover behind the bunch, and I think it's just squeaked out. But he's going to have to just stop there to leave the angle in the 3. I don't think he's... he might catch some of that 7. Nope, managed to avoid it. Now, the 5 doesn't go past the 7. So there has to be a pretty good positional shot played here. He's just trying to drop into that space. And that is perfect as far as potting the 5's concerned. If he's putting a wee bit of left English, he's going to the rail just to tweak it back out. He could have done with coming out a wee bit more for comfort's sake there. Just going the wrong direction with the cue ball, but he can gently roll it in and stop the cue ball leaking away too far. And this match is over, so it's another Friday night 9 ball. And it's also revenge for Spectre Dawn. Sorry, Bill. I'm falling asleep and thinking it's Spectre Dawn at the table. I apologise. Oh, God. I'm just hoping it's over. I've got, what time is it, 10:30? I've got about 5 hours sleep to get before I'm up for work. But luckily it's a short shift tomorrow again. Bill's still in it. I'm writing him off here as quick as I can. So Spud, you've been there right from the beginning and you've not said a word until it's closing time. Well, thanks for your company. Oh, I'm not having coffee at this time. I'm going to bed in 30 seconds time, or whenever this finishes. The last thing I want at this time of night is a coffee, because I'm guaranteed to be up in the middle of the night. Oh, I have always got my bottle of water sitting here. In fact, now that you've mentioned it, I'll just have another drink. Well, don't forget, Slim, I've done some 6-hour VP4 streams, and that's tiring in the backside. Now, Bill, he needs one of the last two, and oh, has he just overcooked it? I think he might have. He just overcooked it. Well, at least he's. I don't. Is this cuttable? I mean, you've got to blast this, and the cue ball's bouncing all over the place. Yeah, he can cut it, and has it got the legs? No. But he's going to bedhead cut it right along the rail, and this time it will be for the match. Or is he playing the bank? He's playing the bedhead cut, and it's in. So it is revenge for Spectre Dawn. It is another Friday night 9-ball for him, and we're losing count. So well done to Spectre Dawn. Well done for Bill. Bill again. The golden rule is, I've said it before tonight, you come out with more money than you started when you went in, you're still a winner. So that is it, ladies and gents. Thank you for your company. Your company will be more than welcome tomorrow night as well, because we're going to be keeping an eye on the Saturday night league night. We've got Fast Eddie, if he remembers, to turn up tomorrow. He's due for his first outing with VP4 TV to try and see if we can rescue something tomorrow night. But the more important thing is we've got a big match in the Cowboy. We've got Cobra and Bedhead, I think it is, or whoever. I've lost track. There is a match on. I'll be there, and I hope you can join us. I'll bid you good night. Take care, and we'll see you again soon.